And welcome back, guys, to another episode of Six and Below. This week, we're going on vacation with Sandra Bullock again, and I don't think it's going to end well. I'm Erik. This is Darren.
Welcome into Six and Below Movie Podcast.
Cue the intro.
Speed 2.
Speed 2. Two speeds, mate.
Well, I wouldn't
First
really call it speed because, they only do 17 knots.
17 knots, which the Scottish fella tells us a lot.
A lot. And counts it down and gets very, very erratic as he does it.
Yeah, he's annoying, mate.
5 knots!
I don't know why they thought, right, we need to do another speed. What's fast in this world? Cruise ship!
Yeah.
I think someone just had access to an actual cruise ship and was just like, I've got one you can use.
Insurance job.
Reckon?
Yes.
Mate, to be honest, I did go all the way through this film thinking, this insurance company ain't going to be happy.
No.
Jeez. How much do you think this accident, if it was real, would have cost?
A fair bit. And I think the police would be involved or some type of emergency service would turn up instead of the LAPD.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Police abuse and all that.
LAPD.
Yeah.
There's a massive authority on the seas, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, especially in the Bahamas.
I know, right?
Everybody listens to them.
I know.
The Scottish guy doesn't have a clue what LAPD is.
LAPD? What's that?
What's that over it?
What's that, LAPD?
Haggis.
Haggis? What are you on about, haggis? Why have I gone Yorkshire? Okay.
No. But welcome in anyway, guys.
Welcome in.
If you're new to Six and Below Movie Podcast, what we do here, basically, we repeat a little bit of a roast, review the film, scene by scene, go through it all.
Yeah.
And, give it credit where credit is due.
So any movie that's rated 6 or below on IMDb or rated 60% or below on Rotten Tomatoes, that has to be critic and audience.
2 out of the 3, though.
2 out of the 3.
Yes.
So if you know a film that is rated 6 or below and all the other crap I just said, please leave a comment below and let us know, and we will try to review it, because this one was actually recommended by one of our viewers.
Yes.
Can't remember his name.
I think it was Paul.
Oh, was it Paul?
I think it was.
Oh, yeah. Long time viewer, so shout out to Paul.
Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah, because I think you had mentioned on one of the podcasts that you'd watched, you'd made Leanne watch Speed 1.
Yep.
And he was like, if you really want to piss your missus off or something like that, make her watch Speed 2.
She refused. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. So, yeah, she wouldn't watch it. She actually came out, though, before, as we were coming in to record this, and I said, did you like Speed 1? She was like, nah.
Not for her, mate.
Hey.
No. There's not much scenery there, just driving around the city on a bus, same thing happening.
First thing Monday morning, mate, you need to get the divorce papers.
I will be honest with you.
I can honestly say that because I know she doesn't listen.
I know, but Speed 1 kind of doesn't live up to what it used to be.
What are you on about? It's a classic film.
I don't think it's as good as what it was when I watched it.
Shoot the hostage.
There's not a lot of stuff happening.
Well, I suppose. What do you expect from a bus that has to stay over 50?
That's it, just driving around in circles. Over and out of road, let's go on a freeway. Right, what else can we, hold a bit of suspense?
What about the bus jump?
The guy gets shot.
The bus jump, the world's most famous scene.
Yeah.
Of buses being jumped.
The E.T. of buses.
The E.T. Annie in the front basket.
Yeah, with Kane. Kane from RoboCop with his giraffe neck.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
So, have you watched any films this week?
Hey, I've been on a bit of a film binge, to be honest. So, I watched...
Do tell.
I decided to watch the 4-hour-long Justice League Snyder Cut.
You've watched that about 8 times.
It's really good, mate. Except it's 4 hours long, so I had to do that in 2 nights.
Exactly. That's like a week's work.
And then I watched that, and then I thought, you know what? I've not watched Man of Steel in a while. So I went back and watched Man of Steel.
Yep.
And then I was like, well, I may as well watch bloody Batman vs. Superman, but the Ultimate Edition. So with an extra half an hour, so that turns a 2.5 hour film into a 3 hour film. So I watched that.
A lot of time on your hands, and yeah. We're doing them every 2 weeks.
To watch Superman films, yeah. But I just watched Justice League. I was like, I've not seen that in ages. I might stick that on. I know it's long as hell. And to be honest, I enjoyed it.
What's your thoughts on Superman? Overall, his films.
I don't know. I just think kind of DC I don't know. I think if they'd carried on and released them like almost like because in the Justice League film, the Snyder version, you get like glimpses of like the future, and it's basically Superman's gone bad in the future, and it kind of hints at it in Batman versus Superman with the Flash coming back to try and warn him about Lois and all stuff like that. So I think if they'd carried on with it and kind of shown us that later on. But the problem you had is you had Ben Affleck. This is my opinion, obviously. You had Ben Affleck, who you cast as Batman, and he's supposed to be Batman in his older years. And it's like, now he's just old as fuck. Let's face it.
Yeah.
And I think the whole franchise just fell apart. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you had the Wonder Woman film. The first Wonder Woman film was good.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that.
I like that.
1984. I don't know what the hell they did with that. That was just weird.
I can't remember if I've seen it.
It's one where like some guy gets the ability to grant people's wishes, and you have Kirsten Wiig, is it?
Did it go on the island?
There's
one, isn't it, where they're on an island?
The
They're all
Woman
fighting
Island.
stuff.
Wonder Woman Island.
Yeah.
They're doing the first one when
it might be that then.
when the fella finds the island.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think.
But yeah, so he kind of like this guy has the ability to grant wishes, and there's this woman who works with Diana who wishes that she was like Diana, but doesn't realize she's Wonder Woman, and then gets all her powers, and then for some reason all the powers drain from her into this woman, and she turns into a cat. I think at one point it's weird.
What?
It's terrible. Yeah, she turns into like a big pussy.
I thought you said a car.
Cat.
Oh right.
No, a cat, because that's not weirder than a car. I'd have probably accepted a car more than a cat. I wish I was a car. And then what was the other one? And the Aquaman films. First Aquaman film, can't really remember it, but I remember it being all right. And then obviously the second one we done on air, and it's freaking terrible.
Yeah, go check that podcast out. It's worth it.
It's just like they've got good IPs there, Warner Brothers, with this Superman and Batman and all stuff like that, and they just need to do something proper with it. What are your thoughts on it? Because I've just talked.
I don't know. I'm a little bit hit and miss with it all. I used to like the original ones with Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
They were good. But
which is the one where Zod and that comes in that one? Because I used to love that.
Number 2, I think.
Is it number 2? I
think so.
Which is the one where he turns human?
Number 3 or 4? He gave up all his powers for a little bit, didn't he?
Gives up all his powers for a woman, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's one where he changes time by flying around the world.
That might be the first one.
Yeah, because I can't remember it all. Probably it's been years since I've seen them. I didn't like. Is it Man of Steel? The one who tried to do like a reboot with it, where the aeroplane crashes, and he stops it in the baseball stadium.
Returns.
That was shit.
Now that's supposed to be, if I remember right, a continuation of the Christopher Reeves ones.
Yeah,
where he returns.
Yeah, but it doesn't do it any justice.
That's that guy. The guy who plays Superman in that was the guy we seen at Comic-Con.
Ah, was it him?
He was him. Yeah. That's that one.
We should have got a picture, signed it, stuck it here.
I got a picture. He didn't know I took a picture because he wanted to charge me like 40 quid for it.
No, I mean like a proper signed picture.
Oh, I ain't paying for that though.
Oh no, not really. But if we ever do Superman Returns,
I'll just print one out and sign it myself. No one will know.
True.
I don't even know his name. I'll just squiggle.
Yeah, but Henry Cavill, I like him.
Yes,
he's good.
He is good. He is definitely good. Definitely good.
And he can ride a horse.
Can he?
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Oh. I was about to say, is that a requirement of being Superman? But yeah. I get you.
Anyways, this week I've just watched The Hobbit.
Oh, you're still doing your Lord of the Rings fix?
Yeah, so watched all 3 Lord of the Rings now.
Yeah.
Got through all of them. Now we're starting The Hobbit.
Speaking of long films, yeah.
Yeah, long films.
Yeah.
They're like 3 hours long each one. But yeah, we've watched The Hobbit and we're just about to start, or we just started the second one.
Is that the Schmurg one? Schmurg?
Yeah.
What is it? The Decimation of Schmurg?
That's one. And do you know what? They're a lot better than what I remember them being. Because I've only seen the first and the second one. I've not seen the third one because I didn't like the first and the second one. But I mustn't have really paid attention when I watched them.
Is the first Hobbit, is that the one where, like, obviously Martin Freeman's Bilbo in it? Is that the one where, like, Gandalf crashes his house and brings a load of people with him?
Yeah, or the dwarfs.
Yeah, I think I've seen, like, the first hour or so of that.
Yeah, real long, but
it's
good. I've actually enjoyed watching it again. There's something you could do for homework. Watch The Hobbits. You've obviously got a lot of time on your hands.
Is it rated 6 or below?
No. Like 8.5. watching them in general. Anyway, so let's get back to our subject. What we're doing today is
Speed 2, cruise
Speed 2.
control.
Do you know what? I fell asleep that many times watching it. I forgot what I was watching.
Yeah.
Talking about long films.
Talking about long.
Right, okay. Clip quiz.
I couldn't believe this when this was 2 hours, though.
Felt longer.
It did feel longer.
It felt a lot longer.
I remember I've seen this film so many times. So when you rang me the other week and said, "Have you done your notes yet?" I was like, "Mate, I know this film off by heart," and I even went through like the beginning with you, didn't I? And I just didn't realize how long it was. But now I've watched it with the older critical eye. Yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, go on. Sorry, clip quiz.
Do you explain it?
So, Darren's going to play a clip from a film, another film starring an actor from this film, and you've got to try and guess what the film is. I don't know either, so I've also got to guess, so I'm in the same boat as you guys. But if you think you know what it is, please hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment of what the film it is. Go for it, man.
Go for it.
Go for it.
By the way, you will get the answer at the end, so...
Yeah, stay tuned to the end for the answer.
You gotta stay tuned, though. You gotta stay tuned.
Listen to me. I'm only going to say this once.
Oh, that's loud.
We are going on the trip now. It's going to be rough. It's going to feel like it's going on for a long time, so it's going to be hard to stay alert. It's going to be even harder to be quiet, but you have to do both. You have to do every single thing I say, or we will not make it. Understand?
And it's not Speed.
It sounds like she's preparing to be anally violated.
Preparing for something.
I think I might know what that is.
Vitals.
Yeah,
Let's get the Vitals out of the way.
Hit me, bitch.
Vitals released in 2000. No, it wasn't actually. It was 1997.
19.
Completely got that wrong there, didn't I? Straight away. I was looking at run hour.
1997.
I was like, two hours runtime. IMDb rating 4.
Yep. I was surprised when I found this was a 4, you know.
To be honest with you, yeah, I don't think it deserves a 4, to be fair. Other films, what are 4, we've covered on our podcast. If you want to go check them out, Madam Web and Street Fighter.
If you had to choose one to watch right now.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, probably same, yeah.
Yeah. Metacritic 24, Amazon star rating 4.5, of course. Rotten Tomatoes critics.
Go on.
4.
4T.
No.
4? 4?
4%.
Is that one of the lowest we've ever had?
I think it's around there.
We've had a 0 before, haven't we?
Audience is 16.
Now that surprises me. 16.
4,
4 though, for critics.
Yes. I'll have to double check when you do the thing, but just in case anything's deleted by mistake. But yeah, just 4 and 16.
You not deleted a 0 off.
I may have. Budget.
Right, go on.
What do you reckon the budget was for this?
Well, reading through some of the trivia, it sounds like they did borrow an actual cruise ship off someone for some scenes.
Really? Really?
Yeah. Well, if it was filmed today, it'd all be green screen. They wouldn't even have gone near the water.
True. At least actual went out there and built an island and built a town. Because when it was crashed through the end, it was all plywood.
Well, yeah, I did notice that. Like when a couple of I think one of the speedboats jumps off a ramp and goes through a plywood shop.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 1997. I'm gonna say 75 million.
Double it.
Wow, 150 million.
160.
160.
How?
Well, Sandra Bullock, I believe, was paid 11 million.
10 mil.
I've got 11 on my notes.
Might be 10 point something. But
I've got 11.5 on my notes.
Still, who else is actually worth any money in that?
Boba Fett. Well, he wasn't really famous then, was he?
No, he wasn't famous. He was at the start. You got Defoe, I suppose, but I don't think he'll be 10.
No.
He'll be about 6.
He offered Keanu Reeves 12, and he still said no.
Yes. You had the script as that, I'm out.
That's literally what happened.
Yeah. I'm on this bus, mate, which not got a bomb on it.
How bad must this script have been to turn down $12 million?
Well, we've seen it.
To act in it.
We've seen it.
Well, yeah.
Box office gross.
Well,
it made 164 million. So
we've made a $4 million profit.
Well, if you include advertisements and the box office take a cut.
shirt. But you say that, I read a bit of trivia that this actually made more money in its opening weekend than the original Speed.
Because nobody knew what it was.
Well, yeah.
I was like, what, do you want to go film, watch a bus?
And then word of mouth kicked in.
Yes.
I think I read as well that the main actor, this fella up there,
Alex,
the guy who plays Alex, this guy, the guy out of, do you know what film he's in? Do you recognise it?
No.
Lost Boys.
I've not seen Lost Boys since I was 10.
Have you not?
No.
So do you know, like, the lad who gets turned into a vampire and joins the other, and tries to get recruited into the other gang? Like
Yeah, it gets done by Mullet.
Yeah, it's him. Anyway, I think I read that he read the script, said, I'll join on, but I want a few changes making. And they were like, yeah, mate, no worries. Sign here. So he signed there, got to fucking work, read the script, they hadn't made any of the changes he requested, and he was already contracted to do it.
Duped.
Yeah.
Been duped.
He's
Over
been
top
duped.
films of 1999. No,
Yeah,
sorry,
go on.
1997. Fuck me,
1997. Pick a year, mate.
I know, I can't get it. Yeah, right. Sorry, 1997 is number one. Do you want to try and guess them?
Yeah, go on. 1997, number one. Give us a slight clue. Start me off with.
It's a boat.
It's a boat.
It's about another ship.
Titanic.
Yes. 1.8 billion.
Yeah.
Number two, that was ahead, especially in 1997. Titanic was leagues ahead of number two, which was
Wasn't
at,
Titanic like the highest grossing film for years?
yeah, at the time.
Yeah.
Number two made 251 million,
Yeah.
and it's about I'm going to say a ventriloquist on a venture. He might not be from this world.
Ventriloquist on an adventure.
Or a mime.
A mime.
Yeah.
A mime.
He has a little teddy bear.
Has a little teddy bear. What the hell?
See, the way I'm doing it on purpose, trying not to give the film away, but we explain it in a bad way.
A ventriloquist who goes into space with his teddy bear.
No, not ventriloquist. Ventriloquists are like puppets, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I mean, a mime.
A mime.
Yeah, more like a mime. Somebody who doesn't talk.
Somebody who doesn't talk.
Yes.
Goes into space. with
No,
his
he
teddy
might
bear.
be from space.
He might be from.
Right.
Stop changing it.
Right.
Pick- Pick a
Right.
fucking phrase.
So he may be from space.
Right.
He looks like a human.
Yes.
He doesn't talk, and he has a teddy bear.
E.T. No, that's way too far. When does E.T. have a teddy bear? Oh, God.
And he talks.
Yeah, he does, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Mhm.
He doesn't say, he's not very talkative, but he does talk. I don't know.
He goes to LA,
He goes to LA.
and I believe the family that he stays with, I think it's the guy from. I could be completely wrong, by the way, because I've not seen this film for like
Really?
years and years.
Right, go on.
It could be the guy from Ghostbusters, who's like the crazy art gallery guy.
Oh. What? Comes from space with his teddy bear. Da, 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 da. I don't know. Go on.
He drives a little mini.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah,
It is him, yeah.
it is him.
I think
isn't
it is him,
I
yeah.
thought it was him. Right.
You threw me with the space. I always thought he was an angel, mate.
No, it's like an alien or some sort. I don't know.
Yeah, but when
It's a TV series. It opens up as if it's like a UFO thing, like
yeah,
a
but
street
it's
light.
all angelic music playing, is it? Stuff?
Yeah, then he gets dropped down.
Yeah, I always thought he came like being kicked out of heaven or something for being a dickhead.
He's a UFO.
Or
Alien.
he's an angel.
Alien.
Let us know in the comments what you think. Is Mr. Bean an alien or is he an angel
Alien.
being kicked out of heaven?
Yeah. Well, he's evil then, isn't he? He's a
And
demon.
he does speak every now and then. He just speaks in that really way.
A bit like one of the characters on this.
Hello. Mr. Bean the movie. Oh, Jesus. That 1997, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And the next one,
Yeah, go on.
they wear suits.
Men in Black.
Yes.
Okay. The original.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
That's 250 million.
Million.
Million. Blah, blah. This movie was ranked 8th.
Eighth.
Yeah.
8th.
Really high. It was higher grossing than.
Go on.
Do you want me to do a badly describing, or do you want me to just tell you?
Whatever you want, mate.
All right. Okay.
Man, I think even if you described the film as it was, it'd still be badly described.
It will be. Oh my god. This is what happens, by the way, guys, right? When literally I've had 6 hours sleep and been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm a little bit delusional.
We're not actually doing a podcast, mate.
Oh. Okay.
One.
This next one. He's a janitor in a school, but he's very clever.
Good Will Hunting.
There you go. Next one. Prisoners have been transferred and trying not to give it away too much. Put the bunny down.
Oh, Connor.
Yeah. Next one. He turned this down, but he stars in this film.
Devil's Advocate.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, okay.
that was easy, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. There'll be better clues, I suppose.
Well, no, I kind of read that Keanu Reeves turned this down to do The Devil's Advocate, which I probably would have as well.
I would as well, because that's a lot better film.
Oh, a much better film.
Anyways.
With Al Pacino.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Do you want to let us know who it's directed, written,
Yes.
actors, and whatnot?
So it's directed by a guy called Jan de Bont.
This guy right here.
This guy. If I can find a picture, it will be this guy. If not, it's definitely not this guy here. So he directed the original Speed, so I don't know what went wrong. He also directed Twister and Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life.
Yeah, shit, that one.
In 2003, which has a 5.5.
That's on our list. We've got to do the first one first, though.
Is that not the first one?
No,
Cradle
the second
of
one, Cradle of Life.
Yeah.
Oh,
the first one's Lara Croft Tomb Raider, isn't it?
yeah, I think Sandra Bullock's hungry.
All
Teeth are like gnawing on your head.
right. I get something else she can gnaw on. Just look like that in her mouth.
Go on.
Anyway, sorry. So it was written by a guy called Graham Yost. It was also written by the director, Jan de Bont, and a guy called Randall McCormack. So starring-wise, we have Sandra Bullock as Annie. No surname, just Annie. Annie. We have Jason Patrick as Alex Shaw.
This guy.
We have Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. I mean, John Geiger, which I didn't realise he had a first name. I just thought his first name was Geiger.
I thought that as well.
But he's credited as John Geiger.
I've called him Defoe all the way through it on my notes.
I just called him Geiger.
So
Counter.
if you hear either Geiger or Defoe, same
Yeah.
character.
Well, speaking of naming people, so all the way through my notes, I've named Temuera Morrison, because I can't pronounce his name, who apparently is called Giuliano, but in my notes, it's Boba Fett.
Okay, mine is second to captain. This could be getting quite confusing.
A bit confusing. But I did read that this guy, Giuliano, decided that he loved the sea that much, he was going to go and live in a lighthouse and eventually have a son called Arthur.
Who gets washed up.
Who gets washed up, yeah. And becomes Aquaman.
He never left the island, mate.
He never made it,
With his 2 broken arms.
2 broken arms. Mate, he was having a bad day.
Yeah, not bad acting, mate, but yeah.
So a bit of film trivia. Obviously, I mentioned about the salaries, but Gary Oldman turned down the role of the villain, instead choosing to make Air Force One, which is a much better film than this.
Much better.
In a 2000 interview, Sandra Bullock jokingly referred to this movie as the biggest piece of crap ever made and admitted that she only did the film for the monies.
It's all about the money.
And then my other notes were just that Keanu Reeves was offered 12 mil.
Is that your general notes?
That's just my film trivia.
Okay.
I do have general notes, but you've got a new feature for us, haven't you?
Yeah.
We do it.
I thought, some of these older classic films, they have, let's just say, a not so classic trailer.
Yes.
So right now we're going to stick a trailer on for this film.
I've not watched this yet.
I do need to put desktop audio on it quickly.
Yeah, go on.
Annie's back.
He's ready to party on the big boat.
Everything's changed, but her luck
Position charges throughout the ship.
hasn't.
Man!
Oh, man.
Sandra Bullock, Jason Patrick, Speed 2, Cruise Control.
It seems rather rushed at the end.
Yeah, I think they just run out of footage.
Starring Sandra Bullock, Jason Swanson.
Why is it Annie's bag?
I don't know.
Who gives a fuck about Annie from the... Did you go through Speed and think, you know what, I wonder what Annie did after this?
No, I'd be more interested in the bus driver.
Yeah, I would.
Is that his real hair, or was that a wig?
Yeah. What happened after he got shot? Did he repair? Did he go back to bus driving?
Yeah. What about the prisoner? Did he get arrested in the end? Because he was in handcuffs, obviously, throughout because he shot the bus driver.
Anyone but Annie, man.
Annie was boring.
Annie was boring. All she did was drive a bus and moan nasally.
Yes. And what is she doing this?
Moan nasally.
Yeah.
All the way through this film, it just seemed like they were just trying to find stuff for Annie to do.
It was Annie's little quest.
It was. It was like Side Quest Annie. That's what they should have called it.
That's what I've called it, mate. Side quest.
Side Quest Annie.
Side quest Annie. Right, okay, general notes.
Yes, so my general notes are, right, so they both kind of refer to Geiger's kind of computer system. Because one of the main things in this, a bad guy, he's designed this computer system, right?
Yes.
Right. He's made one hell of a wireless computer system. Because
It's great.
he manages to control the whole of a cruise ship from a little handheld kind of 1997. It almost reminds me of, what were them gaming gloves that they brought out back in the day?
It is
that had, like,
Nintendo.
yeah, and then he had like a little keyboard on his arm, but he managed to control the whole of the ship. But not only while he was on the ship, while he was driving off at the end, he still had control over the boat.
Great
And this
signal.
is 1997, before you even had Wi-Fi.
I mean, let's be honest with you. He was controlling manual doors.
Yeah.
Right, a manual door using a little controller. How does that work?
I honestly don't know, because the next thing is, his computer system that he made, I'm not surprised he fired him, because it's fucking wank.
Yes.
Literally, to open a door, you have to type the word open.
Yes.
To do something, you have to type it, rather than just having a nice user-friendly box that you have to click. Oh, I want to open this door, right, just tick that, like we used to. F7 or something. He has to stop and he has to go OPEN. Enter. Door open. What the fuck? What if you forget what one of the codes is? Because he's like, readjust ballast tank to level. What if you just forgot, or you mistyped it, or put
What about if one of the keys weren't working?
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh,
Yeah.
My keys always jam.
Yeah, that's because you wank over your keyboard and
might be that like, but
your
still,
P button for
it's-
porno.
It's like when you're doing stuff, you got to like push harder, especially like controllers and stuff. That's what more like aiming at.
Yeah.
It's like your Xbox controller.
Well, you
or
aim
something.
at them. Do you?
Aim it everywhere, mate.
I'm just aiming at the controllers
what
when I
we've
get
been
my
on?
keyboard.
We've been on for 27 minutes and already.
Just jokes.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox style.
Right, okay.
Alan Quartermain.
Did you notice it was UB40 what were playing in the background? That was the actual band.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah.
Right. When they were the
With the Diamond Exchange.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, because of the way they kind of filmed the band, I thought, are they actual, like...
Yeah, I
people
recognised
need to
them.
know?
I was like, wait a minute.
What's
Yeah,
another song
them.
they do? Are they the ones that
Red,
do?
Red Wine.
Red Wine.
Classic, man, UB40.
Yeah, man.
Great.
I wouldn't know them if they passed me in the street, or I watched them on a film, but...
No, I probably wouldn't notice them in the street, but
No.
I'd say I noticed them in there. It was all right. How does Alex know everything about William Dafoe and vice versa when they've never met each other? They never actually sit down talking, but yet they know everything. To the fact that he knows that Alex is a cop.
Yeah. I don't know that. I kind of put that in my notes later on as well, but yeah, I don't get. I kind of... Like, Alex isn't too bad, because Alex kind of like, as he goes along, Willem Dafoe wants to tell everyone in the world why he's doing what he's doing, even if no one even fucking asks. So I get why Alex would kind of know a little bit about him. But the fact that Geiger knows who Alex is, that he's a cop, that his missus is Annie, that his shoe size is like this, and he's got a small penis, which he references several times in this film.
It does.
Why
Why would you pick up on that?
would you not?
Carry on.
But yeah, I just I forgot what I was saying now. But yeah,
Cox.
whatever I was saying, it just didn't make sense.
Penis was in his mind. That's what.
I've just got penises going through my head now. Yeah, those little small ones just swimming along.
Oh, and my last note was the deaf kid was actually a deaf kid, not just playing it.
Oh, I thought she was method acting. You mean the robot?
Yeah, the robot.
The robot kid. Did they just not have enough money to put microphones in her ears? 'Cause
I do believe, though, mate, I did read anyway, that on several times they were shouting, like, cut, and she carried on acting it. It's like, where's she gone? Get back over here, we need to retake.
He's fucked off on the boat again.
It's like, Alex, stay back, Alex. Don't go near that kid.
You think that scene in the lift just wasn't actually supposed to be a scene? He just put her in there to stop her fucking wandering off.
Yeah,
while
just,
between
just
takes.
panicking. Yeah, the director's there. Wait.
We might have
Don't
something
help
here.
her. Don't help her. Let's just see where she goes with this. Let's see what happens.
Like, that would have been amazing if that was the case.
Like,
She's banging. Oh, shitty now. Like, oh, we could use this.
It looks real fair. It's a little bit like Jurassic Park. Have you heard about that one?
No.
So, do you know the kids on Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't tell the kids that the dinosaur thing was going to come down as far as what it was. They told it was just going to stay, just above the screen.
Yeah.
They want to get the genuine fear. So when the robotronics like crashes through the roof, and you see the girl, and it's like literally Oscar-worthy fucking acting, it's because she was literally shitting herself, thinking she's going to get eaten by this dinosaur as it comes through.
Mate.
But when you watch it back, you go, yeah, that's actual real fear.
Mate, I would love that job. To just be scaring kids with shit. That would be an amazing job.
What, with poo?
No, well, not with that. Well, you could use actual shit.
It's like, hey!
I'm not the kid. Be like, no, we're just gonna put it this far from your face, and I'll just run over and splat it. Like shit turd sandwich.
Yeah, like a pie in the face.
Pie in the face, but a load of crap.
Yeah.
All right. Any more general notes?
Yeah, so hit that subscribe.
Yeah, hit that subscribe, guys. Yeah.
That's all me for generals.
If you want more of this. Should we get into the film?
Let's get into the film then.
Yeah, let's do this.
The movie opens up with Annie's new boyfriend, Alex, given a high-speed pursuit, chasing after the local ice cream man on his motorbike.
I put he really wanted an ice cream and he's chasing a van. It looked like an ice cream van, didn't it?
It did.
It really did.
It really did. Now, the officer in charge tells Alex, we want this nice and clean with no stunts. It cuts to Alex doing a wheelie.
Yeah. I want to see what happened before this.
Yes.
Because, so, why are they chasing this guy? Why is Alex on a motorbike?
Why is
Where
there
did he
no
get the
police
motorbike
cruisers?
from? Yeah. Because they're all down the street for some reason getting ready.
They're getting a roadblock ready,
Yeah.
right, with the bloody ARs out.
I know.
Right, and the police officer, the chief, turns around and goes, oh, they're too far away, don't shoot. Like, what has this guy done?
Exactly. The thing is, right, in the first one, Jack was like bomb disposal kind of SWAT, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So what has this guy done that kind of warrants the bomb disposal
Nothing.
SWAT to be there? Other
Nothing.
than stealing an ice cream van is the only thing I could kind of gather.
I don't think he stole it. He was wearing a uniform.
Yeah. I think it's just a case of mistaken identity.
Yeah, I think he's came out, but I'll be honest with you, right? I've got a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Now, if I miss the ice cream man outside our house, I've got to chase that fucker down, right? Because
On
I've
a
got a
Ducati.
3-year-old at home screaming his head off. So
I think
maybe
it's the
Alex.
same thing.
Yeah, I think Alex is the same thing. It's like, quick, that's why he's got no helmet on. He was in a rush.
Oh, I just think, I just honestly, like, he does kind of mention from a news expo in a minute, kind of what the guy was wanting for, and it did not warrant the kind of shit.
What was he wanted
going on.
for?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
So basically, it says, the news mentions the guy had stolen computers.
Is that it?
That was it. He'd stolen computers, which warrants a SWAT team. It says the news mentions that the guy had stolen computers and all the stolen computers had been recovered. They hadn't, because they all fall out the back of the pissing truck.
Yes, literally, this guy has got an infinity empty box glitch.
They were all empty.
They were. You can see them like toppling down,
Yeah, no.
but with the sound effects, it was going kish, 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 every time. And I'm not kidding you. How did that many boxes fit inside that van?
I honestly don't know. With all the ice cream as well. I
There
call
was
bullshit.
hundreds. He's there bopping and weaving all around. And I think as well.
He's a
right,
worse rider than Punch.
Exactly right. If this guy was actually riding his bike properly instead of acting like a dickhead, trying to go around the corners,
Yeah.
he would have stayed on the road. He
Yeah.
fell off the road God knows how many times.
Oh, no. I think at least twice, and one of the times he has to go around the outside of a barrier next to a cliff for some reason.
Oh, to get a little jump.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do a
for
little
that
jump over the
stunt
barrier.
effect.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, Annie is reminding us why she got the bus in the first place.
Yeah.
Because she can't drive for shit.
Because she's doing a driving test. Does she mention in the first one that her driving license had been suspended?
I don't know if it was in the garage or she was waiting to get something.
Because I think when she starts driving the bus, I have a vague recollection of her telling Jack that it's funny because her license is technically expired.
Yeah.
So,
now, in Speed 1, I don't remember her being quite a klutz.
No, I don't.
Right, but in this, she's full on retarded.
She can't take a corner for shit.
But
she
can't
fucking
drive.
cuts people up.
Yeah. She tells the driving instructor that her ex once gave her pepper spray and she thought it was perfume.
Yeah, and sprayed herself.
Does she normally spray herself in the face with a perfume?
That's a good shout. But how do you get a bottle of pepper spray and mistake it for perfume? I mean, what did he pour it into a Chanel bottle or something? It's like I don't get it.
Make it more fancy.
Yeah. Just like I got you this fancy don't do that, it's pepper spray. But why is she I know she's trying to give us a kind of an expo dump as to why she's not with Jack anymore.
Yeah.
Because basically she says and she says this all the way
dangerous.
through. Relationships based on extreme circumstances never work out. And then she's going on about how Jack was just like a complete bellend and all stuff like that, and he was an abusive ex-boyfriend and what have you, which she doesn't really go into that much detail, but I have a feeling he gets a bit slappy. I mean, he shoots hostages, for Christ's sake. But anyway,
Shoots his partner.
and then, yeah. And then she's like, well, but now I'm with another cop because she just hangs outside the police station all day waiting for men to come out so she can date them, by the sounds of it. She's now dating another one who's now works as as beach patrol down on Venice Beach, and he just rides his bicycle all day and helps little old women across the streets and, loves a good ice cream, as you can tell, because he's chasing an ice cream man on a bike.
True.
But yeah, and then apparently they met when he arrested her for jaywalking.
Yes, that is true.
Which I must say, you Americans, jaywalking just sounds like the most stupidest crime ever.
Joe, if you want to put like a tinfoil hat on, it's a way to get money out of people. Basically,
Probably,
you're crossing the street.
Yeah, you get arrested for crossing the freaking street.
Yeah, you don't get put to jail, you just get a big fine.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm.
I suppose they've got to pay for the Christmas party somehow, aren't they, down at the police station?
It,
But yeah, so Annie has to... Well, the police pull up behind Annie.
Oh, yeah, instead of pulling over to the side.
Yeah.
And what she do? Floors it instead.
Takes a left turn. What is that car she's driving?
I thought that as well. It's like a World War II like Jeep.
It is.
Painted yellow.
Painted bright yellow. It's like,
Weird.
What is that car? I've never seen one of them in my life.
No, I thought it was a bit odd when I seen it. It was like, it's like some antique or like a kit car of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look quite right.
It's
We'll
weird.
put a picture up here for you anyway.
But she, so the police come up behind her, like you say, instead of just pulling over like a normal human being, or the test guy saying, just pull over here, she just swings a left turn, goes up a hill, and then the police are still following her, and they're like, Madam, pull over, love, come on, shift it. And she's going, I can't pull over, there's a cliff. Yeah, only on one side. Pull over on the other side.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. But to be fair to it, though, she actually gives a better chase in this than what she did on the net.
Yeah, she did, yeah. Yeah, Jesus, yeah.
And she was trying to get away on the net.
I know. She really did, actually, yeah, because on the net, she was just terrible. What did she do? She kind of like tried to drive fast, lost control of the car, and then ended up trying to run away.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And literally the 28-stone cop who was chasing her managed to catch her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go watch that one, by the way. It's quite a good podcast that we did for The Net.
The Net.
Whilst this is all happening, Alex power slides his bike onto the oncoming ice cream truck, causing them to crash and both roll down a hill together.
He can't. All I was thinking on this, right? He thinks he's freaking RoboCop from RoboCop 2, trying to play chicken on a motorbike with a van.
Yeah.
Except it worked out a lot worse than in RoboCop 2. At least he was a robot and jumped onto the front.
Well, I think this probably works out better than what RoboCop did.
Well, I don't know, because I think the guy in the van was a bit an over-exaggeration, because like all he did was slide the bike, he ran over it, and the van kind of starts to go off the hill, and the guy just jumps out the door.
Yeah. He falls out of it.
It looked almost like he just jumped out on purpose.
Yeah, I think he probably did, to be honest.
Like,
Stuntman.
no! Well, yeah.
But did you notice, though, Alex's pants? Not a single scuff. Now, he power slid his bike.
Oh, he did.
You know what I mean? You're getting some tears on your legs as a rider, yourself.
But just before that, right? So the police have spent all this time setting up this ambush. The ice cream van comes around the corner, goes, nope, turns around in the street, goes the other way, and they're all like, oh, shit, everyone get in the cars. And I'm just like, what?
Like, Dave, you got the spikes out, haven't you? It's like, what?
Spikes? Well, the thing
I've
is,
got my rifle.
You think you would have got a bit closer to the corner he was coming around, because he was like the corner and then a mile stretch. And it's like, he kind of comes around the corner and goes, what are they doing? I know, I'm turning around here.
Actually, a big door, like this massive open area.
Basically, yeah. He has time in a fucking van to do a fucking massive turn and just go, see you later, guys.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all there like, oh, shit, we didn't think this through, did we? Maybe, I don't know, you would have been better just getting in your cars and kind of heading the other way while Alex was bringing him this way, bring that way, and then just do, like, a stop. And then jump out with your guns.
Or hide behind a tree with spikes.
Yeah.
Would have been easier.
That would have been much easier. Much easier.
But we are in America, don't forget. They like to try
yeah.
and shoot the guns.
That's it.
That's the thing. Like,
It's like...
an excuse.
If the gun hasn't been shot in a day, they feel like it needs to go to the shooting range to have a shoot off.
That's it, mate.
You know.
But some reason both Alex and Annie are now in the same vicinity of where this ice cream man just crashed.
Well, they managed to catch her with a police car easier than they caught the ice cream van, because she goes around the corner, there's a police car, she slams on, it turns and crashes into a bloody police car. And I'm like, well, why didn't you do that for him?
Yes. No, they could do it for some woman who can't drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But if it's a terrorist stealing computers.
I know. No. Oh, we can't get away with that, Dell.
And it's a federal crime, by the way.
Huh?
It's a federal crime. They don't have the local police officers in, like you say, it's on SWAT.
I know. It's bloody daft. But then she sees Alex coming up the hill covered in all muck and whatnot. And then, what's this? The test across. Oh,
yeah, how's the test?
How's the test going? And the tester just holds up the sheet and he's put a big cross through it. And then she's like, what are you doing? Why aren't you down at the beach? And he's like, oh, I'm just helping these guys. And so one of the men walks past, goes, Alex, you absolute madman. You crazy boy.
What was that about?
I don't know.
I put out my notes. What the?
I'm surprised he just didn't slap his ass on the way past as well.
Yeah, do a fist pump with the cocks.
Yeah. Jing, 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 jing.
Oh my God.
So like that's when we get the news expo where it says he's stolen computers.
Yep, on site straight away. I mean, like, how did they get there so quick? Were they, like, in the back of the ice cream van or something as well?
I think they were. I think that's what they'd done.
That's how they got there that quick. That's how the computers were falling out the back.
Oh,
the news reported, like,
trying to get
out.
I'm in the back.
They have a little bit of a lover's tiff, which kind of done me head in a little bit because Annie was really, really whiny.
He's not happy that he's on the Suicide Squad. Well, even the captain from the first one's there. So I want to know, does Alex know Jack?
I think they do.
Because, like, first of all, where actually is Jack? I know she's broken up with him. So does that mean, like, he has to leave town? He has to leave the country? Is he dead? And I mean, surely they work together.
Well, they've got to, because they've got the same boss.
Well, yeah.
So something's going on.
That's what I mean. And you think the boss would have said, no, mate, dude, do not go out with her. She's fucking nuts.
I think the way they met each other, I think she went a bit stalkerish. So she was outside the police station waiting for Jack. Kept waiting and waiting. He's got a restriction order against her.
Yeah.
Restraining order. And he's moved town, but she carries on going to the police station.
That's a good
And then when
theory.
she walks across the station, well, the street outside the station, that's when she got, followed.
Yeah. For jaywalking. Do you think she was like, oh, I'm going to use this guy as trying to make Jack a bit jealous?
Yeah. I reckon so.
Well, they must be mates. They must know each other.
Adds up.
It does add up. But I reckon they do know each other. And do you reckon, like, Jack's a bit sore that, like, Alex is having his sloppy seconds? Rose before hose and all that.
I don't think he knows about it.
No,
because
everyone else
skipped
seems
town,
to know.
hasn't he?
Well, yeah. I think the relationship was that bad. Or, unless, like, I don't know, he was the abusive boyfriend, pepper sprayed her. He now thinks of it that maybe she, like you say, she was stalking. He even pepper sprayed me to get me away from him, but she just remembers it as him giving him a bottle of perfume.
It was.
Got you this perfume, love. Come here. Fuck off, fucking do one.
It's like, Jack, what's that noise? I can hear doors slamming and bags getting carried past me. Jack, is that you in the car driving off at high speed? I can't see.
Come back, Jack.
Yes.
But then this bit weirds me out as well, right? So then, just out of nowhere, he just pulls out a ticket to a Caribbean cruise.
Yeah.
Why did he take that on a police job where he's going to be doing all that weird shit? And he just pulls out this, I've just been carrying around these with me for weeks just in case you found out I was on this squad that you don't like.
I put that in my notes as well. Why has he got it in his pocket at work on a bike chasing an ice cream man?
Fuck knows.
Yeah.
The thing is, all right, the thing I want to know is,
Go on.
cruises aren't cheap.
No.
Right, and he's going on a Caribbean cruise, and they even have like a bit of a suite when they get there as well.
But you reckon about 12 grand at least?
I reckon it's going to be about up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is this guy bent?
Got him?
He must be.
This is the summer sauce in it, let's be honest.
Just to be able to just take off the time like that and just go away and take her on an all expenses good. And he's probably paid a bit for that engagement ring he tries to pop out later.
I reckon he got suspended as well. That's why he could go straight away.
Yeah.
No, for reckless driving, throwing an ice cream truck off the side of a cliff.
Reckon his computers that he'd nicked and then he kind of got caught and was like, oh shit, I better chase him. Reckon he was in on it.
Could have been, mate. Could have been all big setup.
He is definitely dodgy.
Well, anyways, let's move back on to the next scene.
Yeah.
So all the guests are now getting on board the Seabourn Legend cruise ship, and we get introduced to the ship's photographer, Dante.
Yeah. Mate, them pictures ain't cheap, are they?
And to be fair, he puts the work in. You know
Oh,
what I
he
mean?
does.
He's got several different cameras,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's constantly there taking them pictures at really, not the best time to be taking pictures
No.
all the
he's
way
like,
through the film.
God knows what you'd be like nowadays with a camera phone. I mean, Christ.
Oh, this was before camera phones, wasn't
It
it?
was, yeah. But yeah, they're getting on, and he's like, "Oh, lovely photo for the honeymoon couple," and like, "Oh, we're not married."
No,
and he's
not
like,
married.
oh, "Don't remember you can pick your pictures. Don't forget you can pick your pictures up later. It's like 10 grand for one."
How much was it?
I think it was like $40 for one or something like that.
Was it?
But like back in 1997, that'd be like 12 grand.
Quite a bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, inflation and whatnot.
Mm.
On the way to the room, the baggage handler is stopped by Defoe, who is a little upset about missing golf clubs. Now, at this point, they don't mention Defoe's name or speak with Alex or anybody else.
No.
He speaks to the baggage guy, asks him some question, goes away.
Where are my golf clubs, motherfucker? He goes, they're down in the hold. I'll bring them up in a bit. Don't you worry. We've got your golf clubs.
Is that your Green Goblin laugh?
That was me Green Goblin laugh, yeah. Do yours, dickhead.
I can't do it. I can't remember it.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Right, we get a little bit
ever
of a
criticise
cussing.
any of my laughs again. Right, the one thing I want to know is, why do Alex and Annie get their own private little porter? No one else seemed to have like someone guiding them to the room carrying the bags.
I think they all do, don't they?
Did they?
Unless it's part of like the package with the room.
You know, he is bent after all, isn't he?
True.
More ways than one. As we'll find out.
Shit, we're finishing each of the sentences
I
now.
know, Christ. Fucking hell.
Oh, shit.
We have a quick cut to the bridge where we meet the bridge crew and the captain and Scotty and Bobo Fett
Yep.
and all that, and then
And
they're
we're all-
preparing to take them out.
And we're all playing Cruise Ship Simulator on the PlayStation 1 as get ready to depart.
They fucking are, aren't they? That's what I mean. That computer system, how pikey is that?
It's really bad, isn't
I
it?
know.
Oh.
Hey, did you?
Yeah.
I know it's mentioned later on, but it's just popped into my head. But did you hear how Geiger got sick? We'll get into it in a bit.
Not properly. No, he mentioned something about copper.
Yeah, I'll mention in a bit because, yeah. Anyway, so to get to the room,
Yep.
they arrive and it's a nice little suite.
Yep.
The porter guy says again, have a good honeymoon, guys. I'm like, we're not married.
Not married. Keep making a point of this, don't they?
I know. It's like, we know. And then he goes,
Tip.
yeah, he goes, I'm sure you'll leave me a good gratuity on the bill. And he's like, no, you fucking won't. I fucking won't be doing. I'm against tipping, mate.
Same here, to be honest with you.
Unless a bird says put the tip in. That's the only type of tipping I'll do.
What, right? Especially when you go to restaurants, right, and they automatically put it on. I go, wait, your service was shit. I'm not having a service charge.
Didn't we go to a restaurant once at the Trafford Centre and one of us, was it me, you or Nick, that made them take the fucking gratuity off? Was it you? He's like, hey, what's this?
It was bad service.
It was pretty bad service, though.
It was really poor service. I mean, like, I got given my food, right, with no fork. I was like, what's going on here? And then they give me, like, a bloody paper fork or some shit.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we have to ask them, like, 5 times for the fork?
It was ages.
Yeah.
And the food wasn't cooked right or anything, so it's got took off.
That food gave me the shits the next day.
But the thing is, right, what really does piss me off about tips and stuff like that, right? So, not everybody can really afford a high tip, like 20% of your meal or something.
Yeah.
So if I go somewhere like Miller and Carter, right, and then I order a steak, I look at what money I've got in my pocket. I go, right, okay, I've got £100 with me. I look at the meal. I go, right, that's 48 quid, that steak. Then Leanne will go, okay, I'll get that there for, say, £38. Then you get little man's meal. So in your head, you're working it out, right, okay, that's about 98 quid. So they turn up with a service charge and go, that's 120. It's like, no, £98, what it should be for the food that I'm paying for.
What do you mean? If I'm paying someone 22 quid, I'm expecting a blowjob with it as well. I expect there to be someone under the table sucking my dick while I'm eating my steak.
Yeah, but the thing is, I go out to a steakhouse to get nice food.
Yeah.
Now, I don't go out to a steakhouse to buy a cheap, shitty steak so I can give somebody else money
Well, exactly.
for handing me the food.
And the thing is, as well, is like, because of like American culture, because in the UK we don't tip if we can help it at all, ever. I know in America you pay your waitresses absolutely fuck all, so they have to live on the tips, but that's kind of your problem. Get a better job.
Yeah.
Right? But over here, they don't. The tips are kind of shared out, or I have a feeling that most companies just fucking keep them in the UK.
They do. Service charge, isn't it?
So, but it's kind of developed this whole thing of everyone coming to my view during your meal. Is everything okay with your meal? Yeah, if it wasn't, love, I'd fucking tell you. Now fuck off and leave me alone. But they always seem to do it whenever I've just took a fucking mouthful. It's like they're hovering around and like, right, he's about to make contact. Everything all right with your meal?
Good point.
Fuck off.
Because they don't want a conversation. They want you to just go, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise
Like,
you go, oh, no, actually, it's not quite great.
Yeah, I wouldn't have just put a big mouthful in my mouth if I didn't think it was good.
Mm. And don't get me wrong, sometimes if we go somewhere and if it's really good service and the waiters are really good and like they'll go out of the way, I'll throw them a cheeky £5 or a tenner.
Well, Hannah does that. Hannah will be like, oh, have you got any money on you? And I'm like, even if I have, I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, I'll leave them £3. And she puts it on. And I'm like, all right. So I take my time putting my jacket on and all that shit. And then she'll walk off and I'll go, thank you.
You do bet, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
I bet you do.
I do. Or if she's put like £3 down, I'll take away £2.
So the waiter's there watching you going, cheap bastards, we're putting £3 down. And you go, yoink.
Basically, yeah. If anyone's getting a tip, it's me.
Yeah. Sorry, at the end of the day, like you say, the average wage in the UK is probably about, what, 12, 13 quid an hour?
Well, that's it, because they have to pay the minimum wage anyway.
You want to work for it an hour for free of charge to give you a tip.
Oh, no.
They're not doing anything.
No, you can get fucked.
Right, we're getting off topic here.
Like I say, if a fit waitress climbed under the table, unzipped me pants and started doing it, I reckon that'd be worth at least a £5 tip. But other than that...
Push a hard bargain, mate.
I do. Especially if she can... Maybe a tenner she can do without my wife seeing.
Is that a bit like discreet?
Yeah. Just be more discreet. Like, oh, she's noticed you've lost a £5 there, love. Fuck's sake.
Well, we're up to no notes.
Oh,
that was it.
Oh, yeah,
Annie.
that was it. So she
Annie
basically says that he's got a
fine.
little dick.
What?
She basically says that he's got a little dick.
He does.
Annie, she goes...
She says about size don't matter.
Yeah, she goes... he goes, oh, what do you think of the size of the sweet? And she goes, oh, size doesn't matter. You know that.
True.
And I was like,
That's
I know how
scripted.
you feel, mate.
She comes out mighty fine, though.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
You seen it in the trailer before, didn't you? And she comes out like, who wants to go party? And I'm like, I do. I noticed she didn't have such a long butt in this, but I don't really remember her butt shot.
No.
In the net, you said she had a really long ass.
Yeah, it was really long the way they filmed it. It must have been the angle.
Might have been the wide angle lens.
It might have been, mate.
Might have been. But, why Why does Alex pull out the ring and stick it on his own pinky?
Test the size?
But what?
I don't know.
Have you ever, like, before you proposed to Leanne, did you pull the ring out, look at yourself in the mirror while she's in the bathroom and go, I'd do me. Would you do me?
I bet you've tried to put your cock on yours, didn't you?
No, there's no point.
No, I mean, like, to your wife, like, you do that, you go, yeah, it's a ring of voice. You're Stilton.
Stilton. Oh, mate.
Right, it cuts down to the
It just
party.
slipped right through, to be fair.
It cuts down to the party on deck, and everyone's having fun in the sun with a live band on stage. But why is the lead singer wearing a joint rolling mat on his head?
I never noticed that. Is it wrong with me that I thought, oh, no way, the Baha Men?
Is that the only type of band you could think of?
Yeah. I thought you were going to come away and say, did you know that was the Baha Man?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
He said, where's the dogs?
yeah. Where's the... Oh,
Was it them?
Who let the dogs
Was it them
out?
who done that?
Yeah,
one? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, band's playing. Willem Dafoe's chatting up Annie at the bar.
Yep.
Alex ain't happy.
This is the first of many red flags of Alex being a creep.
Oh, yeah.
Straight away, 'cause like you say, she comes away from the bar and he goes, oh, is that your boyfriend? Oh,
Yeah.
what are you doing over there? Mate, you just watched her, right? You're sitting there like some little jealous kid leaning against the side of like the barrier while she's getting drinks for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be the man. You should be going off to the bar, getting her drinks and
Yeah,
coming
being
back.
chatted up by Willem
And
Dafoe.
if she's having a friendly conversation with somebody while she's at the bar waiting for the drinks, there's no harm in that.
No, it's a fuck.
But then Annie tells Alex his name is Gregor, so they get a little bit of a name, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Alex is being a proper dick by presuming, obviously, he's a terrorist for watching Annie's arse walk away instead of watching golf that's on the TV.
Yeah, I know.
And to top of it all off, it's an advert break.
Was it?
Yeah. So when he turns around, the thing
it's just
comes back
starting
saying,
again.
yeah, it's like PGA Tour comes up on it.
Shit, yeah, I didn't realise that. But even so, like, I played golf for years, but you put golf on the telly, I've got no interest in it.
No, because you like playing it, not
I
watching
like,
it.
Yeah. I don't want to watch other
Different.
people play it. Same with, like, football. I wouldn't mind going for the game of football, but I'm not going to fucking sit there and watch it.
Same.
It's daft, so that makes
be
me
a
a
terrorist.
terrorist, apparently.
Must be a terrorist, mate.
But I would much rather watch Sandra Bullock walk off in a sarong
Mhm.
than I would watch Game of Golf
Definitely.
when I'm on a cruise ship on holiday sat at the bar.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's definitely a red flag because he's like, oh, who was that guy you were talking to? Like, oh, it's Geiger. He does software engineering or something like that. And he's like, oh, right. Did you suck his dick? Did you?
It was literally like that, honestly.
It was.
If you've never seen it before, right? No.
Proper jealous.
Yeah, really bad.
And then she's like, oh
Calm
no.
it down.
I did like the way she handled it though, because he's like, oh, he doesn't money loves golf. He's not even looked at the telly. And she goes, oh no, let's go fucking arrest him then, shall we, Alex? Come on then.
Proper gives his cover away. He's
Yeah.
like, no, come back.
Shut up, be cool.
Well, let's go dance instead.
Come on,
Oh,
come on over
awkward.
here. And then it zooms out from the boat, right?
Yeah.
What I don't get is, like, in the beginning, every time they zoom out from the boat, why do they have to pull the horn?
They did, hadn't they?
It's like you can't have a ship scene without a horn being blown. Like,
Good point. Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, it does pull the horn quite a bit.
everyone's trying to. It's like they were going out to sea. It's not like there was something in freaking front of them. And all the guests are trying to enjoy the music, and someone's like, meh, meh.
But later on, when they need the horn, they don't use it.
No, they don't. No, it's nowhere to be found.
Put stealth camouflage on later.
Yeah.
There's this big stealth boat going towards them with Van Damme and Kylie Minogue.
Hey, that stealth boat was ridiculous.
It was, wasn't it? Back in the room now, Defoe pulls out a jar of leeches out of his golf bag that contains only 3 woods. Why the hell? Right. His golf bag.
What?
Like his golf bag it
Yeah,
brings
yeah.
with him, right? It's only got 3 woods in. So why the hell is he bought a golf bag with just drivers in it? Nobody
Shit.
goes playing golf with 15 3 woods.
Did he even have a putter?
There was no putter. There was no 7 wood. There was no sand wedge. There was no irons. Every single golf club was a bloody finger. Now, the reason why he was using that is because they was using them for like remote detonators. And the balls, right, they look like fucking kids. No, the big plastic kids golf balls. Not like little nuts. Not kids' nuts.
His balls look like kids' balls.
They were
had
the
little
size of
budgie
apples.
nuts.
Oh, they're huge. He picks something up, right? Like you say, if I was going through customs, or if I worked at customs, I seen a golf bag come through, and every single one of them as a driver, I'd be like, okay, is he not playing like short game or anything, this guy? And they go, right, okay, yeah, no, he's a bit weird. Then I pull out a golf ball, which is bigger than my frigging hand. I'm like, this looks a bit sus.
And that's a strategically placed hole in the top that looks like a stereo jack.
Yeah. Let's put an audio jack in. Let's listen what's in there.
Let's listen to your balls, mate. But no, I didn't. I honestly didn't notice that they were all like free ones. But now you mentioned, because he even unscrews them all. He pulls one aside, checks them, but they're not even very well concealed because you can kind of see the edge round them.
Yes,
and like he goes like he just without any effort just goes, and then it's like a timer, and it's like imagine if like someone down in the hole, oh these are nice clubs, I'll have a swing, and then fucking finger opens, you'd be like, what the frick?
Yeah, that's been every single one was. It's not a case of like having 5 and like blending it in, so you can't tell.
But he unscrews them all, puts them on the chair, and there's about 10 free wood heads there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then he uses 2 laptops up to load up the ship's schematics whilst they're playing Cruise Ship Simulator.
Yeah. He just has 2 laptops there, doesn't he? And then, what was it, like a fibre optic converter? And I'm like, how are you tapping into the ship here? I know it looks like he's pulled a wire out the ceiling or something.
Yeah, you can see wires coming down the back.
But it's like, really?
Yeah, that's the Ethernet cable. It just happens to be there in the corner of the room.
What's this up here? Just pull it down, plug it into me laptops.
I might try it next time I go to a hotel.
You should do.
Take my claw hammer and start banging in the wall.
Where's the wires? I know you're here somewhere.
Ethernet cable. You got shit Wi-Fi, you keep trying to charge me.
Ringing up reception like, I've taken over the hotel. I want everyone to evacuate. What?
If you don't, I'll crash his hotel.
that was going to be speed free until it was scrapped. Speed free in a hotel.
How could we get a hotel on wheels? It's a caravan.
It's a tour bus.
See,
they're going back to a bus then. They've already done buses.
Gypsy edition.
Gypsy edition. Oh,
Scream, you want to go faster?
Woo! But then
you see him sliding underneath the caravan to try and disarm the bomb on the axle. Uses the front window to jump from like the caravan to the car.
He's underneath like, and he's like, just need to get through this pipe. Oh shit, it's a portable toilet pipe. Mouthful of shit. Oh fucking hell.
And somehow Annie is there.
And
Annie, like, why are you there, Annie?
Annie's now a camper van salesman or something. Camper van salesman. Saleswoman even. Oh, but then we cut to dinner anyway. And Annie and Alex are having dinner and chatting to the founders of Fat Busters.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them happens to be a fat bastard.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a long-term subscriber.
Yeah. And then...
Because what did she say? Like, fat is good. It's all about keeping your fat in moderation. You want to have your fat.
Your body's like a computer. And if you don't give it the fat, then the computer stalls or something. I don't know, some bollocks.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, so we started Fat Busters. And that's why I'm a fat bastard, because all I do is eat fat.
Yep.
What's his name? Harvey.
Yes, Harvey.
Yeah.
Is he... What's he been in before?
I don't know. I do recognise him, but I
don't know if he's like a stand-up comedian or something.
Maybe.
No, back in the day.
I think he might just be like a character actor who's in a few films every now and then. But I did recognise him.
Yeah.
Couldn't place him. But,
they do a show-off now, don't they, for the multi-million-dollar jewellery collection?
Yeah, the woman comes over, the cruise director comes over and goes, hey, everybody, who wants to see a multi-million-dollar diamond collection?
She has a more annoying voice than Annie.
Yeah, she does. She
sounds like a 10-year-old.
Imagine if you went on a cruise and had to listen to her every 5 minutes.
Nasally 10-year-old. Sorry, we're not painting women in a good picture on this one, are we?
Mate, they don't paint themselves in a good picture.
That's the problem.
We're just discussing what we observe.
Yep. Alex, another red flag Alex raises another red flag by flirting with a deaf 14-year-old. He's like, hello, you're my next victim. Thank you.
Can you suck her dick?
He's like going...
But, no, this girl, right? Cool. This girl isn't real. She's a robot. She goes like yours. Yeah. a family and that are singing along, and Alex is like, "Oh, a deaf girl. This is my chance to impress Annie. I know a bit of sign language. I know how to say, can you suck a grown man's cock in sign language?" And he's just staring at her like that. Look at me, bitch. Fucking look at me.
He's waiting for eye contact.
He is. He's like fucking giving her a cheeky little wave, and then she's there with the family going, and then she goes,
Locks in.
Lock on. Hello, Alex. And then he starts doing the whole fucking pedoing across the way, and then Annie sat behind him going, "Oh, you know sign language," and then everyone at the table, like, he's just like looking at him like he's just invented, I don't know, sliced bread or something.
Yes.
Like he's some magician.
And I think it's so right. Everyone's like looking at Alex going, "Oh, look how cute it is." Then to top it off, Annie actually says, "Kids are not on the menu. It just depends who's ordering."
Yeah.
Does that mean what? Are you going to order the deaf kid for Alex?
I know, right? Alex turns around and goes, "I'd like to order her, please."
Right. The thing is, if I was in that situation and there was a deaf kid on the other side of the room,
Are you the nonce of the deaf kid in this situation?
if I was, say, sat where Alex is.
So you're the nonce?
No.
Go on.
I was sat where Alex is.
Okay, where
Right.
Alex is.
I would not notice that there was a deaf kid over there.
No, I wouldn't.
Because you've literally got to be staring at this kid to understand that she's deaf.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you look around, you don't notice, you wouldn't see it.
No, it's like
Especially from the other side of the room.
I'd maybe have just glanced at the kid and like registered her as a kid. Move on. Where's the fit birds? Ooh, look at all these fit birds walking around with diamonds and stuff. Look at this $1 million diamond collection.
You wouldn't be
and all these
focused on her.
all these fit fucking models that are walking around showing off like the diamonds between the cleavage, and he's just like that. Kid.
Now then.
Now then. I reckon that's what he's doing in sign language. Now then, children.
Yeah. And then he tries to propose to Annie.
Oh,
but puts the ring back in his pocket because he started getting a bit sicker.
yeah.
Basically, what happened is mum and dad noticed that they were flirting together. Then he's gone, "Oh, I don't feel well. I need to go to the room."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, you got a stiffy, mate, with this fucking kid. You've been caught out by the parents, so you try and fucking scarp her before you get found out."
That's why the next night he decides to wear a disguise.
Yeah.
Oh. But no, I never clocked on that. But they have a weird conversation, though. I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Because like you said, one of them says, "Are kids on the table?" or something like that. It depends who's ordering. Kids on the menu. It depends who's ordering. And he's like, "I'll order 5, please, under 12s." And she's
Pizza.
like, "What?" And then they start talking about proposing. Or like, but they don't talk about proposing. They're kind of beating around the bush with it. And then he just gets fed up with it and goes, "You know what, love, I feel fucking sick. Let's go back to the room. You do me head in, you stupid bitch."
Yep.
And plus, she's just told the parents that she fancies me, and now they're just giving me daggers over there. We need to get the fuck out of here now.
I need to get out of it quick. It's going to be a fucking lynch mob after me.
I just seen him sign the word nonce. So I need to get the fuck out of here. Before the dad beats the shit out of me.
But honestly, if I have a deaf kid,
Yeah.
and you see like a guy trying to flirt with her,
I know.
there'll be shit to pay.
You really would. I'd be like, I paid a lot of money for this robot. You ain't fucking having it. This is my sex robot. Right. So anyway, so then Geiger goes sneaking, doesn't he?
Sneaking and peeking, mate.
Sneaking and peeking.
Pretending he's had a little bit too many drinks.
Well, he knows all the access codes to the door, doesn't he?
How?
Don't know. He manages to get into engineering and everything. Well, the thing is, he knows his way around well, doesn't he? But
Nobody actually challenges him.
no.
Walking into the room.
No.
It takes like 15, 20 seconds before anybody goes, "Oh, who's that guy there?"
On the bridge, or?
You don't work for us. Yeah, on the bridge.
Yeah.
And then he stumbles over and goes, "Oh, what are you doing in here?"
Yeah.
"Oh, you've had too many drinks."
How did
The guy could have walked in and just gone, put the tracker on and fucked off.
No one would have noticed him.
Wouldn't have done anything.
But he walks in, and it's only when he goes, "Oh, I thought this was the good," before anyone even fucking notices, like you say. And then he pretends to fall over, shoves like a Wi-Fi extender or something underneath.
Yeah, a huge one.
What does that thing even do?
Nothing.
I don't get what it actually does, because it's not connected to anything, and I'm pretty sure nothing on that boat, unless it's him just setting up his wireless network.
I think it might have been.
I think he's just walking around the whole ship planting them as well.
Wait a minute.
What?
It doesn't make sense using that. Actually, wait. Was that just an audio thing?
I don't know.
No, I think it might have just been an audio, like...
So we can listen in.
Yeah, listening in. Because he has wires in his room, as we said before, going into his laptop. So why would you need an Ethernet cable into your laptop when you've got the Wi-Fi tracker thing in the bridge?
Well, yeah, good show.
Do you know what I mean? So it could be just an audio thing that...
Maybe.
Makes
or he's
sense.
just putting Wi-Fi extenders up everywhere so we can link back to his laptops later. But I'll get to that in a bit because, that don't make sense either. But he also before this, he manages to get the access code and goes into engineering, causes a little distraction.
Yes.
And then manages to get his little COM port into some kind of terminal there. And then what was it? It's the valve controls that he gets into.
Did you mention about the room when you walk in?
What?
The sign.
Oh yeah, no, not mentioned about the sign. No. So then everywhere is just signposted over the top because he walks into one room and it literally has on the door general power supply, radio communication and satellite comm link, high and low frequency transmitter room. Okay.
Who is that for?
I don't
know. The audience, we don't need to know exactly what he's doing.
No.
We just see him plug wires in and go, oh, maybe he's doing something.
It literally freezes the camera on the door so you can read everything and he's like, oh, so that's the room he's gone into. Okay.
Just so we know, guys. Just so we know.
It's ridiculous though, the signs on this boat.
Well, it's like the safe. It's like big neon Las Vegas sign with a big arrow.
just completely pointing as well. Ship's fault. I wonder where they keep them diamonds, eh?
Oh, I wonder where.
Well, no, and then he plants some explosives into a power supply. But the thing I don't get is, when he comes off the bridge, right?
Yes.
You would think that if a drunk guy managed to get onto the bridge and he was that drunk that you would either get him escorted back to his room, whether he liked it or not, or shove him in the brig till he sobers up a bit.
Definitely makes sense. Give him a nice little fine in the morning.
What I mean? Because you'd be thinking is not only is he going to go anywhere he's not supposed to again, but you wouldn't want him interfering with his passengers or anything like that if there's someone that drunk that they literally wandered onto the bridge thinking it was a pissing casino.
Yes. What's the excuse? He's seen lights?
Yeah. I would have been funnier if he would have gone, sir, there's no casino on this boat.
Yeah. We don't actually see a casino on this boat.
We don't. We never actually... No, that's a good point. Yeah, that is a good point, Eric. Yeah. You never actually see a casino, so...
No.
So why you think there'd be one on the bridge? I don't piss no. But at the very least, you would look on the cameras or something and maybe get someone to actually watch him leave and see where he goes and make sure he gets back to his room okay.
And now we actually know they have cameras because the standing captain later on tells us they got cameras everywhere.
Yeah. And Alex nonsense after the little girl using one later.
He certainly does, mate. He certainly does. I'm talking about Alex. Nice little segue.
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty is now looking pretty fine in bed.
Yes.
But he doesn't like him that old. So he goes off to the top deck, which is really weird, showing off his shooting skills to a 14-year-old kid.
Was she there while he was shooting?
She was stood next to him. So he's there going bang, 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 going, hey, look at my shooting.
Look at my big...
And she's there going...
Look how I handle this big gun.
I know. But it's quite luckily she's deaf because she would have been deaf. She was standing that close.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
With gunshot noises.
Because I noticed Geiger was watching him.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice the girl was there.
Why? Why was Geiger watching him? Why would he be an interesting person to Geiger out of everybody in the ship?
You know? I don't know. But why would you have clay pigeons shooting off the top of the ship? What did you think? They're on the Nautilus?
I was about to say that. It's Sean Connery, teacher.
It is. Showing him how to
don't
aim
ask me about how I know how to shoot.
Just don't ask him about his son.
Just don't ask him about his son.
Mate, just going back a little bit to when Alex and Annie are in their room, right? He's been sick and what have you. That scene pissed me off for two reasons. First of all, not second of all. First of all, I just happened to be eating my tea the first time I watched this as it goes to the puke bucket.
Literally, clean that shit up. You don't leave the sick in a bucket till the next day.
No.
That room must stink.
And when they're in bed together and she's stroking him and she's watching that film, why are there two single beds? They're both in one single bed together and next to them there's another single bed. But when she wakes up, is she in a double bed?
Unless they pushed them together.
Maybe, but even so, come on, man. You've just paid 12 grand for this cruise. At least get a double bed, Christ.
True. I mean, I never noticed that, actually. You got a good point, actually. You got a good point, Eric. Mr. Cluedo.
But then as he finishes, what does he call it? Ski shooting? Because I personally would call it clay pigeon shooting.
Skeet.
Skeet.
Yeah.
Or is it skeet?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was ski.
I thought that as well until I put subtitles on.
And it's
I was
skeet.
like, yeah.
Must just be his accent. Skeet shooting. And then he just happens to see her walk past on the boat while he's walking after the little girl going, nuncy, nuncy, nuncy.
Well, it's not in that. Annie actually gets woken up by the gunshots.
Yeah.
So is that right above where their room is?
Maybe.
You paid 12 grand for this all-inclusive cruise ship to be right underneath the skeet shooting place, and you got 2 single beds.
Mate, you got
I'm
ripped
getting
off.
a refund.
I'm getting a fucking refund, especially.
And my Wi-Fi doesn't work.
You know what I mean?
What's going on?
Someone's taking over the Wi-Fi.
Why's so much data get drawn to one destination?
Do you reckon when he said, did you do skeet shooting on it? He goes, yeah, well, we can meet you up at the deck. And he goes, meet me here. And he makes sure he's right over their room. I think as he left, he was trying to wake her up and he was like, fucking right, God, she's a deep sleeper.
Could have been. No, I reckon he's just got up so he can get his time with the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of alone time. But
keep her away.
I swear, right, if you watch it closely, he doesn't actually, but if you watch it closely, just before he sees Annie walking through the ship, he's going, noncy, 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 behind the kid following her, sniffing her hair. She can't hear him, right?
Joe Biden.
And then he goes, oh shit, there's Annie. Annie! Oh, you're up, are you? What did you see?
Poor deaf kid didn't have a chance.
Well, she has a point, though, because she says something. Yeah, she doesn't. But she never heard him coming. In more ways than one.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I can't. Mate, he's the nonce, not me.
It's true.
He is the
But
nonce.
to be honest with you guys, we are exaggerating a little bit, right? So, you know what I mean? We just take everything with a pinch of salt. We don't mean anything proper. It's, a little bit of our humour, British humour.
I certainly don't.
However, the director or the writers or the actors themselves do come across a little bit nonsense.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So, we're just pointing it out.
We do tend to find a lot of nonsense in films we watch. And when I say we, you're the one that usually points it out.
That's fucking not.
I think is it one of them situations where it takes one to know one?
Not at all, no, because you are the one who takes it to
I
this
take
level.
it far, but you're the one that sets it up and says, I found a nonce. And I go, oh, nonce, okay, I've got a few jokes about nonsense. Now you mention it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right, though, because he's not a real kid. She's a robot.
She's a robot.
Yeah. Not that
It's
it makes it
okay.
all right, but yeah. But anyway. Annie has a good point.
Yeah.
Because she says something along the lines of, I didn't write down what she says, but she says, oh, I understand. Hot naked woman in bed asleep or shooting on the deck with a little girl watching you. And he's like, oh, shit, I didn't think that one through, did I?
Yeah, I didn't really think about that one properly. But this is a little bit weird as well, because when they're having this little lovers tiff,
Yeah.
they're in this shopping area.
Yes.
So it's like a tiny little circular stores, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're in the middle. I don't know if you noticed this, but Alex is acting really, really weird. They start walking around circles, and he's literally like stroking the shop windows.
I think he's a window licker.
Doing something. It's either that or he's a bit nervous because he's been caught out with by Annie.
Yeah, he literally
But he's
just
walking around
got
with-
caught nonsense.
It's just stroking the walls. When you do the editing, you watch it back.
Yeah.
I'll put like a little clip. He starts stroking the windows.
Never
It's really weird.
noticed.
It's like, mate, what are you doing?
She also mentions about a song that comes on over the radio. That was a bit weird.
Yeah, that was a bit weird as well.
But then
Later
she's
on.
basically saying, she basically says to him, look, I know you were joking last night about this whole engagement shit. I don't want to marry you because I don't even know what your cop badge number is.
That's a bit of a weird thing to say as well.
And then she goes,
Stalker.
and she says something like, I don't even know what your cop number is. And he goes, you mean my badge number? And I'm like, bitch, you've dated at least 2 police officers now.
Yep.
You know what it's called. Don't pretend like you don't.
Yes.
Don't pretend like you don't.
I thought that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Jack, he's scarpered town.
Do you reckon she killed him?
No, he's scarpered.
I'm wondering now if she fucking
He
gave
got
him in.
a restraining order and done one.
It does sound like he had a fairly close call. Maybe he got back on the bus and just was just like, fuck it, I'm going under 50 here. Finish me off.
That's why I fucked off for a little bit, didn't I? Meanwhile, Defoe is interrupted by the ship's porter.
Sorry, I was going to say, she mentions, do you think we were a little underdressed last night? That's when he starts eyeing up his disguise, his tuxedo. Sorry, go on.
Tuxedo.
Go on.
Meanwhile, Defoe is interrupted by the ship's porter while stroking his freewood. And when he hits the porter with the golf club,
Yeah.
did you notice the sound?
No.
They used the exact same sound as a golf club hitting, like teeing off. Yeah, the metal ting. But he hit him with the shaft. And I'm sure if you hit somebody with the shaft of a golf club, you're not knocking them out.
I'm so immature. I laugh at the word shaft.
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 Also, he gets a good grip of the shaft, right? Then slaps his shaft into the porter's face. And the porter just goes down.
Just goes straight down on his
He
knees.
goes straight down. That's right. Now, if somebody hit you in the face with their shaft, right, it's not going to do any damage to you. It might give you like a little bit of a slap on his cheek. And
It'd be more of a
little
whip,
bit.
wouldn't it? Just more of a quick whip. Maybe just a red cheek.
What's that? It wouldn't knock him out.
No, would it fuck? You'd have to beat him quite a lot, especially with them. Especially like, even if it was like a steel shaft and not like a carbon fibre one or
A
something.
carbon fibre, yeah, it would bend.
It would.
That's a good point. And to top it off as well, this porter has been sat in a cupboard for about 8 hours. He's not even tied up or anything. And there's nobody in the room. All he has to do is open the door.
That's a good point.
But no, he stays there.
Mate, if you walked into someone's room and they slapped you with the shaft and put you in a cupboard, you'd probably want to stay there too.
Especially if you see a bit of lube on the side of Durex.
Oh, God.
Okay, I went there.
Oh, but yeah.
Okay.
But then,
Dressed as a crewmate, Defoe is walking around the ship, and the captain is being informed about the ship's autopilot not disengaging.
yeah.
So it's stuck in autopilot. They can't get out of it. Now, this scene is a little bit weird because as Defoe is listening to the conversation, it's like he's took control of the bloody people who are controlling the ship. It's like the mind controls some shit because he says it word for word.
He does. He literally, like, he's listening and walking along, and he's like, he goes, I'll have a cup of coffee. And then the captain goes, I'll have a cup of coffee, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. But yeah, exactly word for word. I thought that was weird, because at first I thought, has he got someone in on the inside? Like,
That's what I thought.
like with an earpiece in, just repeating what he's saying.
Because it was really weird the way they filmed it. And it was like, that guy is in on it as well. It's got to be. But then the captain starts saying the same words. So I was like, what's going on here?
How funny would it be if, though, they were all in on it, but neither of them knew that they were in on it?
But they could have done.
Yeah.
A little bit like, I don't know, but I've seen a film similar to that. I can't think what it is.
Is it like the beginning of like Batman when?
I was thinking about more of like Unusual Suspects or something.
Oh right,
that type of thing because they don't know about him being Kaiser, being like the head.
Ah yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I was thinking like Batman and the Batman Dark Knight Rises or something when the Joker has told them each to kill the next guy, but neither of them know that they're kind of in on it.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
Yeah,
so it could have been.
It could have been, but
could have been a good twist.
It could have been,
but no.
But the thing I don't get right is like the captain comes in and the Scottish fellow goes, "Ah, do you hear there, Captain?
I got haggis.
I just don't have that power, Captain." And he,
I just can't do it, Captain.
I just can't do it. Anyway, he comes in and he goes,
so to our Scottish guys,
he goes, "Captain, the ship's off course. We can't turn off the autopilot." And the captain goes, "Shit happens," and walks. "I'm off to dinner in a bit, guys. Figure it out for yourself." You don't give two fucks. Yeah. And then we get a quick cut to Annie and Alex, and Alex turns up to his room and goes, "I got myself this nice tuxedo."
Where did he get dressed?
In the shop.
Where's his old clothes?
Good shout. In the dry cleaning we see later on, for some reason, where all the water pours into.
That is weird.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. But he's wearing trainers because they didn't have his size, because apparently he said to the woman in the shop, size doesn't matter. And she goes, "It fucking does. Whoever told you that's a lying little dick? I just watched you get changed. I ain't got no children's shoes for you."
But he can't be running around, can he, with shoes?
Well, no, he can't.
So he needs his trainers on.
It's because his dick's that small, he wears like size 4. Sorry, we don't serve kids size.
Little tiny feet.
Little tiny toes, yeah. And then he says to Annie, he says, "Put this dress on." It's child size.
It's like, it's a little bit too small for me. You're about size 14. Oh, sorry, age 14. Age. No, size 14, Alex. Size 14.
Size 14.
Oh, okay, I had 14 on my mind. Sorry.
But then we cut to this bit, right? And this is going to be the stupidest pissing scene in the whole of the film.
This has got to be the stupidest murder in the whole of film history.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It is stupid.
The captain gets killed by a stationary object.
So the captain comes down. He sees Geiger, right? Standing there in his pretty little sailor uniform, looking like Seaman Staines or something.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's like this light attachment that's coming from the side. So the side of the boat, they've got like a barrier.
Yeah.
And off the barrier, there's like this metal arm that comes off with a light on it.
Spotlight.
So so it's stationary. It's attached to the side. So it can't move. It can only move like sideways, right? And the captain comes over and he goes, who has control of the captain? Oh, well, no, that doesn't make sense. Geiger says, hey, captain, who has control of your ship? He has 2 thumbs. This guy. Some bollocks. I can't remember what he says anyway. I'm butchering this. I'm butchering it. Anyway. Yes. So then he starts swinging this light at him, and the captain goes, oh, you're such a silly Billy. Get out of that uniform now. I've lost what I was saying now.
So the captain is trapped in between this light as he's swinging it. It's literally like one of these now. Just swinging.
It's like that, yeah.
Just swinging. And the captain just stands there in between the barrier and then gets pushed overboard.
Yeah, because basically, he does stand back a little bit, but then Geiger goes, I fucked your mum last night. And he goes, what do you fucking say to me? Walks forward, and then walks into it, and then gets trapped, and he's going, oh no! And
take a step back.
Yeah, just take a step literally, back. Right? The point we're both getting to is all the guy had to do was go, turn around, walk off, and go, guys, there's a guy walking around here saying he's got control of the ship with wearing a uniform. Do you want to go find him? He kind of looks a bit like Willem Dafoe. He has resting sinister face.
Sinister, yes.
Yeah.
Just imagine his wedding photos.
I know, yeah. Just like, I can't do his face, but yeah.
That's like haunted a bit.
It is. Imagine waking up at night, or like rolling over at night, me and his wife, and just waking up and just seeing his face in the dark. I'd be like, oh shit.
Just imagine they have a power cut out in the house.
I know.
He's over like, oh shit!
He does that. He has the creepiest face I've ever seen in my life. He's murdered people, in real life.
Several. Well,
yeah, it's the stupidest death in cinematic history. All the guy had to do was take a step back.
Why is he wearing a uniform?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't come into play in any of the part of the film.
It really doesn't. It really freaking doesn't. There's no. Where did he get it from?
I don't know.
Because at first, right? Because the last time we see him, he's beating shit out of that porter, whipping him to death, like bad boy.
Yeah,
whipping him with his shaft. And next thing is he's in the uniform. So I was thinking, has he took that guy's uniform? No, but he doesn't because the guy's still clothed later on.
And it's a different uniform.
So he's just brought. Yeah. So he's
dressed
his
as a
own
captain.
Uniform. Is he actually dressed?
I think it's meant to be, like a first mate or some
so
shit.
So that should have been a big red flag to the pissing captain when he walks up and he goes, another captain. But I'm the captain.
Oh, well, I might as well jump overboard. I don't need 2 captains.
Yeah, fuck it.
Why not?
There can be only one.
See you
in a bit. I suppose I'll get off now then, captains. You've got control of the ship. It's fucking stupid. So then he pushes him over, right? And he falls into the water, and you see the captain get sucked under. Right?
Straight away.
And I did read in a bit of the trivia that a cruise ship that size, even though it's got massive propellers, they don't actually move that quick, and they wouldn't create enough of a downwards
momentum for it, yeah.
Momentum for it to actually cause enough suction to pull someone under. It wouldn't.
No.
And then 2 birds walk over.
Birds?
Women. Two questionable women walk past and they go, oh, come and take a photo with us. And he's like, all right, everyone say crime scene. Mate, imagine later on when they'd get them photos developed, because I doubt that was a digital camera.
Oh.
And he goes, oh shit, that's that guy that hijacked the boat.
Yeah. Look how sinister he looks.
I know. How did we not tell?
Him.
Like, oh, look, we got a picture with the captain. That wasn't the captain. That's the guy that caused all this shit.
Yep.
So, But yeah.
That's it. On the way to the
So in case you didn't get any of that, the captain's dead.
so on the way to the dinner table now, Alex and Annie bump into Alex's victim to be as the dad is telling her that the way she's dressed is not appropriate. And did you see Alex turn around and start smiling at her?
Oh yeah.
Looks her up and down again, smiling at her.
He does.
This is not us, by the way.
No,
Again, this is how it's written and directed and acted.
He's in front of them, walking along with Sandra Bullock like that, and instead of like grabbing her ass and checking her out and maybe just like feeling her titties, all he's more concerned about is turning around, looking at her, and as he looks at her, she drops her coat, and the dad goes, "What the fuck are you doing? Put your coat back on." And she's like, "No, Daddy. I'm a big girl now."
To top it off, right, if you've got a deaf kid, you wouldn't let her just wander around the ship on her own.
No, would you fuck?
She walks off in like a little huff, and Dad's like, fuck it, leave her.
I'd have that bitch on a lead, are you mad?
Especially with Alex around.
I know.
Honestly.
I know. Alex is like, as he walks in and she walks off, Alex is like, "Where's she going?" Annie, I'll be right back. She's like, "No, you promised me a dance." No, I'll be back. "Oh, fine. Come on, dance with me then."
God.
God.
Trying his hardest to get out of it, isn't he?
But she fucks off, and the dad's like, the dad's like to the mum, "Oh, don't worry, she'll be fine. I just seen the nons coming here of us. We'll keep an eye on him."
That's it. He's the danger.
Yeah.
Nothing else on the ship.
No.
I mean,
He is
just
the
let her
danger.
do what she wants.
I know. The only reason Alex stays on the ship is because he thinks she's still on there.
It's a good point, actually. It is actually. They do it later on, don't they? So now Default starts to hack the ship's system, and the ship just comes to a halt pretty much straight away, and everybody starts moving around as if it's a frigging earthquake. Explosions all over the place. What the hell? So you're telling me the boat just blows up and starts shaking when it starts slowing down?
Yeah, this bit made no sense to me either.
It's weird.
He literally, all he did was shut one of the engines down, and he gave it, didn't he give it like 10 minutes to shut down?
Yeah.
And then for some reason, it's like someone's just pulled the handbrake of the ship. Even a woman says, "It's an earthquake."
Yeah,
I
that
think it's
guy turns
Harvey's
around,
wife.
Yeah.
And he goes, "An earthquake? We're at sea, dickhead." But it's just stupid, but the engine room's going haywire. The bridge, for some reason, I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
And then the robot girl goes into a lift.
Yeah. Like, as you do.
But it all happens, and Alex and Annie, yeah, that's right. They're having a nice romantic dance, and he's like,
I'm going to ask her now.
"Got a little secret to tell you.
Go ask her.
I'm a nonce." Yeah, so realistically, they're there dancing, and he's basically talking about they're getting all romantic and close, and he's just about to ask her to marry, and the whole ship kind of just, it looks like he's just hit a brick wall.
Literally.
And she's like, no, carry on dancing. What were you going to say, dickhead? Come on, give me the ring. Yeah.
Go.
But the ship starts, I wrote this in my notes.
Go on.
I put, the ship starts shaking like Michael J. Fox. Sorry, Michael.
We love you, Michael. You're going to hell.
I am going to hell. Fuck me, I'm going to hell. Shit, I'm going to hell. Anyway.
So he phones up the second in command, promoting him to captain.
Did you notice, though, that Alex, for some reason, feels the need to tell Annie that he has nothing to do with it? The ship stops and he goes, "I've got nothing to do with this."
Yeah.
Yeah, because she really thought you did.
It's his powers.
It's his powers.
It's his IQ, mate. He's got that much IQ, it just vibrates everything around him.
Oh. Michael J. Fox, is it?
Yeah.
But one of the propellers is shut down completely, and engine 3 is apparently fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And what about
temporary.
Only temporary.
Temporary.
Well, no, because only one propeller ever kicks back in, doesn't it?
So they're going around in circles.
Well, that's what I thought when it did it, but if you watch him when he looks underwater, you just see the one propeller kick in and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, but you're watching it from one side as well.
Yeah, but you see both propellers.
Not all the time, is it?
I don't know.
I thought it's just that one little bit when it started up. But then you don't see them both together again, do you? So I just presumed it's just kicked back in.
Can't remember.
Especially if they're doing 17 knots going straight.
Yeah, that is a good shout on one propeller.
Mm.
But he only tries to stop one propeller, though, as well.
That's all you need, isn't it?
I don't know. Anyway, the cruise director comes on stage and goes, So everybody, this is just a little minor incident, and everything will be fine, and we'll get back together in a minute. We'll carry on going. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Even Annie's like, I don't believe that bitch.
No,
Don't believe it.
Shit's been blowing up.
Yeah.
The ship's just been vibrating like mad. I've got something bloody serious going on.
Oh, yeah.
And I paused it here.
And turned it off.
Oh, I kind of wish I did, to be honest with you. Because I looked on it, and there's still 1 hour and 30 left on the film.
Oh, I know.
A lot happens on this film. This is going to be a long podcast for you.
Ah, shit. I agreed to do it as well, didn't I? Oh, fuck's sake. Anyway, so, what we say? Geiger calls the bridge, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Speaks to Boba Fett.
Yep, promotes him to captain, tells him the captain's now dead. He's now got 10 minutes.
No.
15 minutes he's given to get all the guests off board. Now, I'm sure it would take more than 15 minutes to get everybody off board.
Well, it does.
Let's be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
You think you'd at least give him half an hour?
yeah, something realistic to actually get everybody off.
Yeah.
And then among the chaos, the guests are trying to leave the ship. One woman refuses to get off, others are running around like it's on a Titanic, and Alex, with his 3,000 IQ, smells sulphur as they're walking through the corridors.
Yeah, because he set off like some smoke bombs or something,
Yeah.
didn't he? To make it simulate a fire, and he's like, smells like sulfur. He's like, that doesn't make sense. Fire usually smells like fire. This smells like sulfur.
Yep. Alex tries to be the hero by helping the crew for some reason, and he starts running around saying, I'm LAPD, and Scottish dude turns around and goes, What is that?
What's LAPD? I can't
Come
remember.
on, everybody knows what fucking
Oh, I know.
LAPD is.
I know. He's like, what? What is that? But in a Scottish accent.
But again, what's the point in telling everybody you're LAPD when you've got no jurisdiction?
Exactly. No one gives a fuck. He may as well have gone on and gone, I'm a fireman. I work in a restaurant.
May as well.
I'm a waiter.
Give me tips.
Give me tips. Give me the tips now. But the robot's in stops as well, so
Yep.
she's fucked.
She's trapped at the moment.
Yeah.
There's quite a few cutscenes, isn't there, through this?
There is, yeah.
Unsatisfied with the flashing and fire alarms, Alex goes to search the boat himself. And then again, this guy is just massive Belen vibes, wanting to be the fucking hero and stuff.
Oh, as soon as anything happens, he's like, have you verified these fires? No, we're a bit busy, like, and he's like, well, I'll go verify them myself.
Again, he's got no jurisdiction.
No.
They're in charge. They should turn around and go, if you keep your shit up, you're in a brig.
Yeah.
Right? Chill the fuck out. Get
Chill
on the
fuck
boat.
out, yeah.
Get off.
I suggest you get off the fucking boat now, dickhead.
Exactly.
But then some people who are running through get stopped by fire doors and are trapped. Right. I call bullshit on this because the fire doors close and you can clearly see on the fire doors that there's handles you can just pull down
Yes.
and reopen them.
And that's the
Right.
whole point of having them.
But yeah, the whole point is to keep them closed, not to stop them opening.
Yes.
It's to stop the fire from spreading.
Exactly. Not trapping people in.
No, I even read on the trivia as well. Not only that, is the fire doors are usually made of like steel and that type of shit on the boats. So like what she does later on would be completely bullshit. Which
Yeah.
having that on the ship in the first place was completely bullshit. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But anyway,
That was bullshit.
meanwhile, Geiger's like, right, while everyone's busy, I'm gonna go rob the vault.
Just follows the signs.
Well, this is bullshit because he knows the code to the pissing vault anyway. So why did he have to get everyone off the ship to do it? And what I don't get as well, right, is why when he's got his diamonds, does he not just fucking get onto one of the boats and leave?
Exactly. If you go rob that boat, nobody knows who you are.
No.
Don't know your identity
No.
or anything. Get the stuff, get on the boat, escape as if you're one of the guests.
Yeah.
And then
Or-
the ship carries on, sailing off, thinking it's getting crashed or bloody hijacked still.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it, done.
I know, you don't need all the extra dramatics.
This guy makes it harder work for himself.
He does.
All the way through it, and it's quite annoying at the same time.
It
You're
is really
oh,
annoying.
dude, stop making it hard work.
Just stop and think about what you're doing for a minute. But then he's robbing all the diamonds. He knows the thing. And then back on the lifeboats, they somehow convince the robot's parents that she's probably on another boat. Look, no one gives a shit about your daughter,
Yep.
except for Alex. And he's had a sniff about. He can't smell her. So she's either on another boat or she's trapped somewhere.
Yeah.
But I bet she's on another boat.
So this is, like you say, the mum and dad give Annie a little side quest
Yeah.
to look for the kid.
Well, Alex says to the first officer, because Alex finally decides, fuck it, I'm going to get on a lifeboat. And And he's getting on the boat, and he says to the first officer, "What about the fires? They don't make any sense. They don't make any sense at all." And Boba Fett lets slip that there's I'm not sure what this guy's capable of. And then there's that dramatic scene. Guy? What guy? And then, and then Geiger starts the boat again.
Here's one for you.
What?
So if you couldn't find your kid,
and
you was getting like put on a boat, would you get on?
If it was my kid, no. If it was that kid, yes. Although, I would be thinking if we go back and she's not with us, we're going to lose the disability benefits.
She's not going to hear you shouting anyway, so good luck finding her.
Exactly.
I was just wandering around in circles.
The mum walks past, though, the lift.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't think, there's some banging there.
Yeah, there's someone banging. I'm like, the girl's supposed to be deaf, not you, love. You literally walk past the lift as the girl's in there banging away, and the mum kind of glances back and goes, that was weird. Not maybe think, my daughter might be in there.
Yep.
But then, the boat starts again, and for some reason, this causes the last remaining lifeboat to break. The winch breaks.
Who has been in charge of maintenance on this boat?
I really don't know.
So I'm sure as soon as slight little bit of rocking happens, the whole thing would not start falling apart. The winch freezes up, gets jammed.
Yeah.
And then, like you say, the support starts breaking, falls off.
All because the boat's moving.
Yeah. I mean, join the sail when they move around a little bit. That's why they're hung up on suspension to keep them where they are.
The thing is, though, to be fair to them, there is only like 5 crew members on this whole ship.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, understaffed.
They're very understaffed.
They're understaffed. So the maintenance is a bit like, it'll be fine.
Yeah, maintenance is like comes second fiddle to everything else.
Yeah.
But Alex says to Boba Fett, "Stop the ship then, dickhead." And he's like, "I don't have any control." And it's like, Jesus Christ, man, tell him everything. Why don't you? But the cable isn't going to hold, so Alex is like, "I need to save them." And Annie's like, "But why you?" And he's like, "Because I'm Alex."
Everybody was thinking the same question.
Yeah.
Why you?
Let the crew do it.
Yeah, they get paid for it, dude.
Yeah, ain't you that's getting sued here, dude.
No, they got a nice claim coming out.
I know.
And the guests are like, "No, let's fucking for mate. I got a nice claim." And we'll go,
I'd be sat in the boat going, "I'm fucking rich. I've got enough to buy a new robot. Fuck that one." The thing is, though, right? The thing as well.
Yeah.
What happens to everyone else who did get off on the lifeboats?
Dead.
Oh, right. Fair enough. You should never hear from them again.
No, you don't see them again.
And you think if they had made it ashore, they maybe would have alerted someone.
No, they've been trapped at sea.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, they died at sea, mate. Because they had no food, they had no drink, they've been left there in the middle of the Atlantic, and that's it, gone.
There's just no one fucking gives a shit.
Never heard of them again.
No, you don't. You really don't.
No.
But then the front of the lifeboat, what the fuck's a lifeboat? Lifeboat kind of drops down, and
Two
then
people
Boba
fall
Fett,
off.
Huh?
2 people fell off then at a point.
Oh yeah, no one gives a fuck.
No.
2 people, all because that woman decides to move. She goes, "I need to get off," and she takes 1 step to the side, and then 2 people go, "Oh fuck no!" They fall off, get sucked under, right? That happens, but then 2 minutes later, when Dante's hanging off the front, Alex leaps from the fucking top onto the boat, doesn't do nothing.
Nothing.
All the time he's going, "Oh, it's going to break, don't move, it's so fragile, it's so fucking fragile, don't fucking do it, it's the most fragile thing ever. Trust me, it's fragile." And then he decides to fucking belly flop onto the front of her.
And then it goes flying off the edge.
Yeah.
Then it goes flying off the edge. And this is all just to set up for Annie to save the day with the little lift that comes down.
Well, then, yeah, you cut to Annie, and then it's like, Annie's kind of looking around going, "Director, am I supposed to be doing anything here?" And they're like, "Oh, what can we get Annie to do?" And Annie goes, "Oh, I know what you can do. You can be Captain State the fucking obvious. Why don't we use that gangplank there and fucking lower it down?" Because I thought this bit was quite funny because you've got Dante on the front hanging on for dear life. Yeah. You've got fucking Alex holding him on for dear life. And Alex is like, "Oh no, the struggle. Oh, I'm in so much pain. Oh no." And then Annie's just like, "Alex?" And then he looks up and Annie's just there and he's like,
Right in his face.
And he's like, she's like, "Do you want to get off now?" And he's like, kind of in my moment there. I was supposed to be the hero, dickhead.
I'm saving the day, can you not see?
Just in case the little girl's watching, I'm trying to be heroic.
Talking about the little girl, mate. Try to explain this, but how she gets out of the lift with the robot.
She's in the lift. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on because she's deaf as fuck. She's also a cyborg.
Yep.
So then she decides to kind of press her arms up against the wall, her legs on the other wall, and kind of shimmy up the wall. And I'm thinking, all right then, I can buy that a little bit. You know, she just happens to be the right size to do it. But then when she gets to the hatch at the top, she does some kind of magic go-go gadget witchcraft. And then all of a sudden, the lift hatch at the top opens.
The head pops up.
Her head pops up. And the next thing, she's on the top of the lift. How the fuck, first of all, did she get that hatch up? And second of all, I very much doubt she's got the upper body strength to pull herself up from that position.
Yep.
So, I'm calling Arnie on this one.
Bullshit!
And this is where I knew she's definitely a robot.
She's a robot.
She is a fucking robot, mate.
So she went up, because like you say, when she was skimming up, she was facing the floor.
Yeah.
So somehow, she span her body around as well.
Span round, she must have just stuck her tongue out or something at it, because then the lift things
Isn't it lucky that lift so it's not locked?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, not you normally have screws on or something.
I know, I just don't get why she just didn't interface with the lift and get it moving again. Bloody hell. This girl, I just can't get that first scene when she just looks at Alex and she goes, hello, are you a nonce? I am built for pleasure. Eh?
We'll go there.
Oh, it is so. It's just wrong on all levels.
2 hours have now passed and Defoe is still looting the jewellery. We seen how much jewellery there was earlier. They walked around with it. It's literally a Nasdaq carrier bag full. It's took him 3 hours so far and he's still looting.
Oh, no. It's probably not even a Nasdaq carrier bag. Probably a little sandwich bag.
It was tiny.
It was tiny.
And he's there going...
I think what he's doing is he's going, assessing each one of them. Going, yep, real. Real. Fake.
The Scottish Sea Mate and the captain figure out the ship is on point to crash straight for the island ahead.
St. Martin.
St. Martin's.
He's like, we're going to crash into the cliffs here. In his Scottish accent.
All right. Alex comes running in and takes over straight away. He starts searching rooms to try and find like anything that he could be using or to take control and stuff. And he comes across 2 stress balls. And then does an Arnie from End of Days with 6,000 IQ. I put 2 and 2 together that Greiger's behind it all. How? He had 2 balls. Then goes, oh God, which guest has got balls? Oh, who's got balls? No, who's got big shaft and let's hit people in the face with a shaft and he's
big
got
shaft
balls.
of big balls.
Who's got the balls? Who's got the balls? Greiger. It must be Greiger who's the terrorist. What? Because he wasn't watching the golf earlier.
Yeah. That's it. It's all because he had the cheek to chat up his missus at the bar. That's all it is. It's a vendetta.
I'm pretty sure this shit would not hold up in court. I find the defendant guilty for having golf balls on the ship.
Yeah. It's fucking... Because he says... He does... Because he's looking round and he just finds the captain's stress balls and he's like, oh, balls. It is exactly like Arnie.
It's stupid.
Christine York.
Like, if they're in court, if there was in court, like, did you see the explosives or know if there was anything inside the golf balls that were explosive? No. Because he didn't see anything blow up. He doesn't know what anything is.
No. All he makes some kind of thing about saying, oh, they must roll round in the vents. What makes you think that? What makes you think they've rolled at any point?
No,
what makes you think it's
there.
balls?
It could have been a hockey puck type thing.
It could have been.
Could have been anything.
But no, he balls and then all of a sudden he's like, let's get shotguns and go. It's kick-ass time.
American cop.
Yeah. That's it.
Shoot first, ask later.
I know.
Oh, to be fair, they've got a stressful job.
So he's like, the Scottish guy's like, oh, you got no fucking power, Captain. We ain't got no guns, Captain. Oh, Alex. And he goes, what about the skeet guns? And he's like, good shout. And they're kept secure, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, it's the only thing on the ship where it is.
Well, they walk in, it's just a cabinet, and he just smashes it open.
Glass on it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, now they've got shotguns.
Yeah. This was locked, though, wasn't it?
But they go into Geiger's room. They just break straight in, don't even knock or anything. They don't even know it's him or anything.
Kick through the door. And he's waiting there on a Zoom call. So is he been waiting on his laptop, hoping that somebody comes into his room?
I think so. He must have, because he sets up a booby trap, doesn't he? But before that, they open the cupboard and they find the porter in a gimp suit with a golf club shaft up his ass.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, thanks. But like you say, he wasn't even tied up. The door wasn't even locked.
No.
Geiger's been gone for hours because he's been down in the vault for 3 hours checking out diamonds.
Exactly.
It makes no sense. But yeah, they see the computers and Scotty sits down and he's like, I'll try and access the the power captain. And then Alex sees all the leeches in the bath and goes, oh, we're dealing with a very sick boy. And Geiger goes, yes, I am very sick. Green Goblin. Sounds just like
Green
him.
Goblin, mate, yep.
But this is where I was thinking as well. How does he know who Alex is?
Exactly.
How does he know?
He doesn't know anything. But yet he knows everything.
Yeah. And he's put a bit of C4 behind the computer screen just in case. Right. This bit doesn't make any sense to me, right? Because as far as I can tell, everything he's been controlling through has been these 2 laptops. Now he blows them up. How does he still have control over the ship?
True. How, guys?
I know.
How does it work?
But Alex gets... they all get blown up. Alex slides through the door as he blows up and he says, that's a bit odd.
Really?
Really? Just a little bit odd. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just everything you just had to just happen since you bust into that room was a bit odd.
Yes, everything. Including the guy tied up in the fucking... Well, not even tied up, actually, but...
The guy in the gimp suit.
Yeah, sitting there in the gimp suit in his little cupboard.
Bring out the gimp. So then Alex goes, I need to go to the control room. And Boba Fett's like, oh, for fuck's sake, this guy's doing my tits in. Scotty, go with him.
Go with him. Make sure he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Does completely opposite.
I know.
Just lets him do what he wants.
Well, to be fair, he doesn't let him do anything. He does it for him.
Yeah. Annie and the other guests are rushing around the ship when Annie gets another side quest to follow a banging noise.
Yeah.
So they hear a bit of banging, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? She's the only person who hears it. And she goes to Dante, like, what's that over there? Take me to it.
I know. Well, before this as well, it pisses me off because the mum's moaning, going, "Our robot's missing Annie. We don't know where she is. I don't think she's got off the boat." And Annie goes, "I'll find her. Don't worry." I'm like, why doesn't the mum just go look for herself? Stop moaning about it and go and look for her.
Exactly. They're too busy trying to escape.
I know.
They're like, I'm getting off here. I'm getting a nice little payout off her. Got life insurance. It's all right.
She's insured for a lot of money.
Mm.
He's a prototype.
Instead of the kid, Annie finds more guests trapped in a corridor like seen from the Titanic. It made me laugh this bit as well. He goes, "Is there a little girl with you?" He goes, "No, no little girls, but big women."
I know. Just big women.
Why does smoke start coming through the vents?
I really don't know.
For no reason, they'll start stripping off.
Yeah, like cover it up, and then I love this bit. Harvey won't take his pants off. And he's like, no one else is taking the pants off. And the other guy goes, mate, I've took everything off. And he goes, well, she's not taking anything off. She goes, it's a single woman, goes, well, I'm not wearing any underwear, Harvey. And then I was thinking, then the wife starts taking his pants off. I was thinking it'd be so funny if he had a hard on now. She took the pants down.
Hey, his wife had a nice little set.
Yeah, she was all right. Yeah, for an older bird.
It was all right.
Well, yeah, maybe she got a point with this fat shirt.
It's what I've got to say.
Bullshit!
Yeah.
So Annie goes to look for something to open the door. And somehow in the cleaner's cupboard, she finds a chainsaw. But not one chainsaw, guys.
Not just one.
2 chainsaws.
And not just 2 chainsaws. In the background, there's also 2 basketballs for some reason.
Was there?
On one of the shelves, yeah.
That's a little bit random.
As she's leaving, there's just 2 basketballs there as well. I'm like, what is this cupboard?
Must be like an activity cupboard, but why would you need a chainsaw on a boat?
I don't know. A chainsaw for chopping down trees. Why do you need that on a boat?
Just in case somebody gets trapped in a corridor.
In a door that they could just open themselves at any fucking time just by... No one... You can see the handles there. No one even tries them.
No, don't try it whatsoever.
It's fucking stupid.
Too much common sense, that.
Huh?
Too much common sense.
It would be.
That's the problem, mate.
It would be. Then in the engine room... Scotty says, Alex goes, how do you use this equipment? And Scotty's like, I don't know how you use it. I'm a navigator, not an engineer, Captain. And then Alex goes, all right then. And then starts smashing the screens for some reason.
Why?
I don't know.
But, it jogs his memory. He knows how to use it now.
Yeah,
starts using it. And then,
And then he goes to start switching. The Scotty picks up the phone and starts pretending to talk to someone. He's down there smashing shit. And it's like, and then a second later he goes, "Is anyone there?" And I'm like, "Well, you're not actually talking to anyone."
Full-on conversation. He goes, "Is anyone in there, Kane?"
I know. He's like he's trying to blag Alex into thinking that he's there, and he's like, "What do you think they're gonna do? Come down and slap his hands?"
Well, he's meeting crazy with crazy.
Yeah. And then and then Alex goes to press those switches. He goes, "No, don't do that, Captain. It'll flood the boat."
Yeah, flood the boat.
The boat. And then suddenly Scotty knows exactly what everything is, and he goes, "Yeah, they'll open the bilge doors or something, and it'll flood the boat."
Yep.
Now,
cuts back to Annie.
Yep.
Opening the door with a chainsaw.
Yep.
Tells everyone to get out whilst revving a chainsaw at them.
Yeah. Do you want to try and get through the door? Yeah. And he's like, "We would if you'd fuck off."
Back in the control room, the boiler room anyway, Alex is using his nonsense and starts watching the CCTV cameras with his next victim running around below deck.
Right, this bit is weird, okay?
Which part?
Right,
Which part of this is weird?
So,
a grown adult has been like looking at the screens, there's nothing happening, no going on. He goes,
"Where is this?"
as she runs past.
Yeah.
That alone is a little bit weird.
And he goes, "I found her. Close the doors." And he goes, "I can't just close them like that." But, right, he literally, 1 minute he's there, a second later, he's there with the girl, right?
Oh, you know exactly where she is.
So,
Poor girl.
He's got the scent.
Yeah,
right?
poor girl.
So, what I want to know is this place that gets filled up with water, right? Is it just right below where they are? And first of all, right, if that's the case...
Yeah, 'cause it opens up really weird, doesn't it, the water when it starts pouring in?
Yeah, so it's like these big round doors just start opening, the water starts pouring. First of all, why would you even need that on a ship, right? And second of all, the door he comes down is wide open.
Yep.
When he finds the girl, yeah? So why didn't he just grab her and go back up?
He wants to cuddle her.
Yeah. "I got you, come with me."
He literally wraps his arms around her,
I know.
picks her up, and then, lies down onto his back waiting for the water to come.
I know.
She's like, "What are you doing to me?" It's like, "It's all right, you'll see in a minute, love."
Do you like water parks?
Literally starts slip and slide all around the place.
What did he think they are? Titanic?
But what is this thing anyway
Oh.
they hold on to? It's like, the only way I can describe it is it's like a conveyor belt with hanging hooks like you see in the slaughterhouse with meat.
I thought it looked like the laundry room, and
It was meant to be that.
Yeah, when they put things on and they have a rotate thing that goes round. It's like, why would you have it so that the bilge or whatever it's called, doors, flood the laundry room?
Keep the cost down.
It just doesn't make no
Wash it
sense.
cheap then.
You'd think you'd have like an actual dedicated compartment that could fill up with water if you're going to have them. Not that it's just like, oh, no one's going to be on them decks anyway, so fuck it.
Just flood it anyway.
Yeah. Do you think that's how they clean the clothes?
What, flooding?
They just let seawater in and just like give it a quick wash and then let it back out.
It's got
to be.
It's got to be something like that.
It's
mate.
got to
It really
be.
has.
But then, as they get out of the flood, right,
Yep.
the robot says in sign language, no, she goes, "I need to tell you this before I die. I love you, and I'm 15 next month."
And the disappointment in Alex's face
Face.
when she says that, she's like, "I thought you were 12.
No. The thing is, all right, all messing aside, she says this to him, right? And he doesn't say no.
No.
He says, relationships that start under extreme circumstances never work out.
Rarely work out.
Rarely work out.
Rarely work out. So it
Rarely
means
work
he's
out.
worth giving it a try.
Yeah.
Right. You got that percentage, it might work.
If it was me, I'd be like, hell fucking no. What sign language for fuck off?
It's like, or just like act a little bit shocked at least. Like, whoa. I appreciate it, but no.
Not fucking flattered, stood there with a hard on. I mean, all the guy had to do was go, "Oh, no, hell no." I'd have probably just dropped her hand and gone, "Nope, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm gone. Sorry, no." The fuck? But no, he comes up with that line and it's like, dude, no.
Yep.
No. Not yet, no.
No, I mean, I've agreed.
No. Yeah.
Defoe finally finishes looting the safe when Annie and co stumble across him and Alex.
Yes.
Now, Annie asks, I keep saying Arnie. It's like, yeah, on the text. Annie asks Alex, where is he? As in Defoe.
Yeah.
And Alex turns around and says, he's everywhere. He's all around. The fuck's that meant to mean?
Oh, I don't know. I'm assuming
He's everywhere. He's all around us.
He thinks that he's in a cupboard somewhere, watching them all on the cameras, having a cheeky wank or something like that. Because honestly, I don't know. And then all of a sudden he goes, actually, he's over there. Because he hears a noise coming down the corridor and he's like, oh, that must be him now.
Yeah, just assumes it.
But then Annie starts moaning about Alex fucking off on her.
Yep.
And she's like, Alex, this isn't your battle. Just stop running off. Stop being a dickhead. Where have you got a shotgun from? Why are you with that little girl again? What are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
She really needs to run a background check on this guy. I swear to God. He's definitely on a register.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then he runs down and he sees a massive sign pointing towards his ship's vault.
Yes.
And then Alex catches up with Geiger, points a gun at him, and then what does Geiger do? Doesn't point a gun at him, points a computer at him.
Yep.
He's like, freeze! And then he goes, this is just a computer. I'd have kneecapped that motherfucker right there and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, game's
Computer
over,
this
dickhead.
bitch.
Boom. Legs gone.
But then he uses it as if it's like a TV remote. He points it at the door and it closes.
Yeah.
I'm sure it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
I don't care how. And like you say, you've got literally type it in. So he would have gone,
Close.
door C1, B5, close.
Imagine if you just went, Alex, do me a favour. What door is that?
What's the code?
What's the code on that door above you? And Alex goes, C1. He goes, cheers, mate.
And then start shooting again.
I know.
I'm sure if you would have killed him, then he would have been up for manslaughter charges.
Well, yeah, but you think
Regardless.
he could have just took his legs out.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's caused enough damage to warrant. He's not stopping. First of all, they're probably international waters, so probably anything goes anyway.
Mm.
Maybe he needs to access that computer because Geiger's got some footage.
Yes, I think that's why. That's why he's so
Yeah.
sent and trying to get it sorted. So he's got video evidence.
He's got me on camera, Annie. I need to find him. He's everywhere.
It's not your battle, Alex. It is.
Trust me, it fucking is.
Listen, I'll be in the cell next to Diddy.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, right. As he chases now, Defoe, he's running around and Defoe projects himself onto the TVs in front.
Right.
Right. Now, I thought Alex had a 3,000 IQ.
Yeah.
So why is he shooting the TV screens when he's talking?
I was thinking that. It's like Geiger's on the screen and he's just like, if I shoot him, maybe it'll hurt him somehow.
He shoots it 3 times.
I know. And then
it's like, dude, you're shooting a screen.
I know. Never once does he think to look for, where's the actual camera to this screen?
Exactly. Where's he projecting it from? It's got to be in its room. I can hear him literally 2 feet away from me.
I know. But this is when Geiger goes, and I know he's wasting all his ammo as well. But anyway,
True.
So then this is where Geiger starts moaning, saying, I'm ill. I built the computer systems on this boat, and then I got ill. And this is what he got ill from, everybody. He was working with computers, and the electromagnetism caused him to get copper poisoning.
What?
Yes. The electromagnetism from working with computers caused him to get copper poisoning.
So, be aware, if you work in an office...
Dude, I Googled it thinking... Because I was thinking, could this be so obscure that it's true, maybe? No, not at all. Not in the slightest.
Copper poisoning?
You can get copper poisoning, but usually from ingesting it or touching...
I was about to say, other than like sitting there eating pennies.
Yeah, you can get a build-up of copper in your system, and it can give you copper poisoning if you probably ingested a lot of it.
Yeah.
But you don't get it from electromagnetism.
No.
There's
like being in the vicinity of it without digesting it, you know what I mean?
There's no copper in magnetism. They used to make the magnets, or like, there's electromagnetism everywhere. We could get copper poisoning now, according to this film.
Yes.
Just from being too close to this pissing computer.
A lot of electrics in there.
A lot of electrics in here. But apparently, that's what made him sick, and his leeches have been drawing the copper out of his blood to save him.
Yes, it did say about that, didn't it?
Yeah.
They're keeping him alive from taking the copper out.
It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. And then he's like, you thought the company would have been a bit more forgiving. No, mate, what probably happened was you're an absolute complete fucking psychopath. You built a shit computer system, and they probably said, dude, you're mad. Your system's fucking wank. We'll probably use it anyway because you've not got anything else. But yeah, you're fired.
Yeah. Or you cost us a fortune sitting there licking copper.
Licking pennies all day. Pennies. Mate, stop sucking on them pennies while you're working on the computers. It helps with the magnetism.
Sat there eating a fucking 1p as if it's like them chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a penny in his mouth. Again, drop it. Drop it, Defoe.
Drop it now. Fucking idiot. I would have been better if his name's Geiger, if he'd like, I don't know, invented the Geiger counter or something, or had some kind of radiation poisoning, but no, it's copper poisoning from electromagnetism, everybody. So then Alex suddenly decides, oh, wait, shit, he's on a screen. Surely there's a camera attached to that. He looks over, sees the camera, Geiger fucks off, he chases after him again, and then gets trapped in a room with a bomb. And he gives his Green Goblin laugh.
Yeah. It's quite a good little laugh, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the iconic one, isn't it?
I can't do it.
But the thing is, no matter the Green Goblin thing,
Yeah.
I think that the director or whoever's doing the casting for Spider-Man,
Yeah.
seeing this and thought he'd make the perfect Green Goblin.
Oh, yeah. It's like
this
an
is
audition
before
for
it.
Yeah.
Mm.
This must have been his audition for it, and they're like, do you know what we need to get? Defoe.
Defoe.
He's got the laugh.
It's perfect for it.
He's got resting sinister face. He's got the laugh. He looks a bit crazy.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah, next level crazy he is.
Got copper poisoning.
Yep. And he hears a song playing in the background and knows exactly where Alex is trapped.
Yeah.
Yep. Takes second in command Boba Fett.
Yep.
Takes him down there. But they
Aquaman's
find a bomb on the door handle. And of course, it can't go to plan as Annie removes the grenade. A huge explosion behind Alex knocks her over.
Yeah.
But he's fine.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah, it does.
And
I
then
never
to
thought
top it
about
off,
This grenade team is stupid.
Yep.
Because if you look at what the grenade is, it's got the handle, it's got the pin through, and then there's like a wire going through the door, right?
Mhm.
Surely she could have just gone and pulled the wire from throughout the door. But what I don't get is I don't understand how him opening that door would have set that off.
because it would have dropped. Releasing the pin.
Yeah, but
What would have it? It was like a tripwire. So
Yeah.
what do we do on the tripwires when they put them on the doors? Not that I've ever done it or anything, but put them on the doors with the handle. So when the door opens, the string will pull the pin, and because the handle's gone down, it would drop the grenade.
But when did
So
this
the pin
motherfucker
fly
have
off
time
that
to
way,
do all
and then
this
that'll
shit?
drop, blow up.
But from what I could see, right, so he's staring him through the door and he's going, ha 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 ha, you can't get in here, fuck you, dickhead. Right, first of all, Alex has a shotgun. Why did he just shoot through the glass right into his face?
Yeah, she's been trying to kill him a minute ago.
Yeah. So that's the first point, right? And then the Green Goblin's there going, ha 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 ha, you can't get through the door, fuck you, ha 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 ha. And then looks down and sees an incendiary bomb. That's what goes off and starts the fire. But then he goes back, but at what point does the Green Goblin have time to then open the door, put the wire through, close the door gently, put it onto the pin, rest it on,
Good point.
and then fucking run off?
Good point.
You think he was just like, Alex, one sec, mate. Shit, the fucking string will just wait there.
But he's not the brightest spark at the same time, Alex. I
No,
mean,
he's
like you
not.
say, he's got 3,000 IQ when it suits.
When it suits, yeah.
Yeah, when it suits.
But then instead, he comes along. He says to Annie, describe what's on the door, and she goes, "It looks like a deodorant can." And the first officer, Boba Fett's behind her, not saying anything. And surely he would know and go, "Dude, it's a grenade. It's not a deodorant can." And then he goes, "What number's on it?" And she reads the number and he goes, "Okay, it's a grenade."
Because, he's got his back catalogue in his mind.
Yeah. And then it's like, just hold the thing.
Yep. Remove it, put it back in.
Pull it out, open the door, put the pin back in. But no, she gets the first officer's shoelaces, ties it fucking round, and then, like you say, the explosion goes off in his room. Doesn't open the door or anything, but she goes flying back.
Yep.
And then she's holding it above her head, going, "Where is it? Where is it? It's in your fucking hand. Where do you think it is? What do you think you're holding there, Annie?" Oh, it's just fucking stupid.
And do you know what? To top it off,
What?
it's now daytime, about 11 a.m.
Yeah.
It was pitch black a minute ago. We've just seen the boats getting dropped off the side literally 30 seconds ago in the film. And now it's daytime.
Yeah. And now it's the next morning.
Literally, it's not sun rising or anything. It's literally in the middle of the day.
Yeah. And then Geiger gets a little ping saying that the boat's off course and corrects it.
Yep.
Correct the course. Why couldn't it have just done that itself? Why did it have to send him a message?
Yeah, good point.
And then on the bridge, why
Yep.
was the boat off course? I can't remember.
He was trying to crash him into the island originally,
No, I know, but
but then he's changed it to go straight ahead towards this oil tanker with the find out.
he hates this oil tanker, doesn't he?
Oh, he
Got a vendetta against
he goes
it.
for it, doesn't he?
And then on the bridge, they realise the boat is moving towards the island again, and then they realise they're heading towards an oil tanker. Yay!
Yay! Yeah, because Annie notices, doesn't she, with the huge ass binoculars.
Yeah.
I mean, like, huge.
Massive.
Like the ones that
She's
you put, like a quid in. When you go away somewhere on top of the hill, you put a quid into it.
Yeah.
Like that. Getting around.
She could see through people's clothes with them. But then she spots the tanker and she goes, "Oh, maybe they could help." And Boba Fett goes, "Pass me a mirror, dickhead." Looks and goes, "We're heading towards that tanker, shit." And then Alex is like, "Oh, well, they can just move out the way." And he's like, No, it'll take them 30 minutes to start the fucking engines at least.
Yeah. Bear this in mind. So to come up with a plan by Annie somehow is to change direction by forcing the propellers to stop. So we, turn a little bit.
And then Alex is like, I'll do it.
Oh yeah, he's too happy to get killed.
Yeah, because Geiger's still got the footage. He's like, fucking hell.
I'm going to get arrested, so,
gonna get
might as well
arrested
die
anyway.
a hero.
Then we get a quick cut to the oil tanker and they're watching a film where a ship rams into another one.
I was part of that in my notes
Yeah.
as well. It's a bit like coincidental.
And then they go to the propeller.
Yeah.
Now this shit pisses me off.
What the scuba gear gets
Yeah.
from nowhere. Just happens to be there.
Just all of it, yeah. Just happens at that particular point in the boat to have scuba gear.
Right at the rear. So their plan, what they're trying to do now, there's a huge steel table.
Steel cable.
The plan of action, what they're trying to do now is get a huge steel cable, and Alex is going to feed it using rope, going underneath the back of the boat towards where the propeller is, and then feed this huge cable. It's literally about 8 or 10 inches thick, and it's like a big fucking cable. And as it gets fed in, starts wrapping up, and Alex gets trapped underneath.
Yeah, because his cable that he's on gets caught in that other
rope.
cable. His
guide
rope. His guide rope gets caught in the other rope. So they're trying to pull him out while he's trying to get off the fucking rope. And then, what is with the slow-mo?
He does it quite a lot from here, doesn't it?
It does. So, like, every time there's kind of like a tiny little bit of danger, it goes into a slow-mo. But rather than it just looking like a normal slow-mo, it looks like the frame rate drops in a game.
Yep.
And I was like, why is the frame rate dropping on me telly?
Bad frame rate.
It was really bad frame
you're right.
rate. But it starts to slow them down anyway, so it starts to work. And Geiger realizes what they're doing somehow. He's like, oh, the ship's slowing down. They must be on the side putting a guide rope into the propeller. That's the only explanation for this.
This bit pissed me off as well. Because Geiger comes running off at the back.
Yeah.
And then sneaks to like where the lever is, stops the cable, and then sneaks back, but you can see him holding the gun.
Yeah.
Distance, he's hiding from it. Like, dude, you've killed the captain already, so you've killed people. You're going to jail for murder, regardless. Why don't they just bullet in Annie, bullet in the captain? Alex is going to drown anyway, so shoot him when he comes back up, maybe. That's it, done.
It don't
Film
make
over.
sense.
You've escaped. You're done.
Or even better, it's just do what your plan was, get off the boat, fuck the ship, and just go away with your diamonds. Just leave them to it.
Yeah, leave them do it.
Either way, shit's going to go down badly.
Yeah, they're occupied. They're busy. They're not bothered about you at the moment.
Why is he so bothered about sinking the ship? I don't get it.
I know, it's really weird, like little vendetta thing he's got, isn't it?
Surely there's easy ways. I mean, he could have just opened the bilge doors like they did and just let it sink.
Yeah.
Or use one of his little explosives to put a hole in the boat or something, you know, or crash it into an iceberg. I mean, but this other thing that pisses me off is, like, after all this, now all of a sudden he has a gun.
Yeah.
He
So
pulls
he's
the gun
now
out of his
got a gun.
box. Huh?
Yeah, he's had it on him all
this time.
Yeah. Don't use it whatsoever.
No.
He don't even fire a bullet, I don't think, does he?
Probably not even freaking loaded, is it? But he opens up his little box and there's a gun in there. And I'm like, you had that this whole time. While Alex was chasing you with a shotgun, you had a gun.
Yeah.
What the hell?
He wants to use his little game gear.
He's fucking stupid. Anyway, so the winch that's holding the big cable breaks, flies off, hits Boba Fett, but only breaks his arm. That thing should have killed him.
That's what I put my notes. That would have ripped his arm off or ripped him in half. That cable would have gone like in Final Destination straight through him.
It fucking
He would have been dead. And he would have been dead.
The whole thing is like a massive winch thing. Just flies off, smacks into him, and he goes, oh, ow, I think my arm's broken now.
That's how he does it. He goes, ouch. I think I got a broken arm.
I got the boo-boo, Annie. I got
he
the boo-boo.
undersells the shit out of it, doesn't he?
I know. It's fucking stupid. But then Alex is about to get out of the water. Geiger comes, puts a gun to Annie and goes, drop him. No, just shoot him.
Yeah.
Just fucking
by the
shoot
way,
him.
Alex gets hit by that as well.
Does he?
Yeah, but it shrinks in size when it goes past him, right? And all it does, it rips his shirt a little bit.
Just slightly. Fucking hell.
Like, what are you on about, man?
It suddenly shrinks in the water.
Nothing wrong with that propeller. So, anyway, how does the propeller then untangle itself? It spins in one direction. So this wire is getting fed into the propeller going clockwise. And the winch goes past it and it just goes off.
Yeah, good shout.
It's tangled up enough to pull it in.
It's a smart propeller.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes
But even
itself
so,
loose.
like when that big stupid thing that just broke Boba Fett's arm,
Yeah.
it's like surely that would have gone down and caused some damage to the propeller as well.
Yep.
Anyway, so then she ends up letting Alex go and he pushes Boba Fett into the water and then takes Annie as a hostage. But just as they're about to leave, Annie drops to the floor, switches the winch back on that Alex is attached to.
Yep.
And Geiger doesn't notice this.
And the captain, with one arm, manages to swim towards Alex.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, this boat is doing 17 knots.
Yeah.
So he should be technically fell in and then he's like 30, 40 feet before Alex gets anywhere near the back of the boat. No, it's just
fucking daft.
Just there getting about with one arm.
But they both managed to get out anyway, unscathed, except for his slightly broken arm and Alex's ripped shirt. This was my favourite shirt. It's personal now.
Oh, takes it off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where'd you get the blue one from?
I don't fucking know.
It's literally, it cuts back to him running through the corridor and he's got a blue shirt on. Like, where did you get that from?
Oh, I didn't notice.
But he doesn't do the buttons up, though. He's got to show his pack.
He has. Of course he has. Don't work that hard to not show it, mate.
That's it.
But we cut to the tanker, and the tanker now sees the cruise ship coming towards him and goes, maybe we should start our engines and try to move out of the way.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Just
and
get them
and their
started.
Scottish fella goes, we don't have the power, Captain.
I cannot do it.
I can't do it. Anyway, then we have Geiger's escape. Right, so at the back of the boat, this whole freaking time, is a bunch of jet skis that are attached to another boat that can exit the boat while it's moving.
Yes.
So surely the staff would have known about this and maybe would have suggested that maybe some of the people who were still on the boat hop onto that and leave the boat.
Yes.
But no. He manages then to open the back doors.
We're kind of ripping into this quite a bit, aren't we?
We are a little bit because it's fucking dumb.
When you actually look at it with a critical eye and you break it down,
Yeah.
it's fucking dumb.
And then for some reason, as they're leaving the back of the boat, Alex decides to jump from above.
Stupid. This
Tries
See, he's going. Ah!
He goes, Annie! Ah! And luckily, Dante, who we haven't seen for fucking ages, is now there and helps Alex back onto the boat.
Here's one for you.
What?
So it cuts to Dante, like, helping him up,
Yeah.
right? And then it cuts straight away to sliding down it,
Oh, yeah.
right? So the top of that bit where he just helps Alex up, it's about 15 foot in the air. How did he pick him up?
Good
So he
shout.
literally pulls him out of the water and then slides straight down. It's already up at an angle.
Yeah, because Geiger, as he goes away, uses his super Wi-Fi to close the door behind him because he weren't born in a barn.
Yes.
So, yeah.
You should have just left it open and let it sink.
I know. That's another thing. Just let the fucking thing sink.
I mean,
Anyway, so then we cut to all the passengers as they each one by one see that they're heading towards the tanker,
a lot of bad acting in there.
and only now realise that they can't stop because no one's twigged to that so far. And then Boba Fett comes over the tannoy and he goes, Alex, get to a phone, Alex, get to the phone. And he goes, rings him and he goes, you all right, Alex, what are you wearing? New shirt.
I've got your little friend up here with me.
Yeah. I found your robot. Geiger sent me the footage. And he's like, you need to get to the bow thrusters. Guess what? The way you flooded before, dickhead.
Yeah, you got to get underneath there.
Yep.
So him and Dante are now taking turns, spinning the wheels to try and force the ship to change course so they could try and miss this huge arse oil tanker. Now, why didn't they do this in the first place?
Yes.
Along with dropping the anchors.
Yes.
Both anchors, by the way, at the same
Yes.
time. I might even do it. But instead of turning left, so here's one point.
I know.
So they're going towards the ship,
Yeah.
right? If they turn right, ship's front of the oil tanker is obviously they're trying to move forward. So if they would have turned right, it would have gone like that. But if they would have turned left, it would have passed.
Yeah. And probably, by the looks of it, start heading back out to sea.
Yes.
But instead, they turn right, scrape up along the side of the pissing
So to go next
oil
to each
tanker,
other.
and then start heading towards the freaking island again.
Yes.
I was thinking that. Why did they not turn left?
It would have been so much easier.
Yeah. Do you think the first officer just got starboard and port mixed up?
Probably.
Because he doesn't seem like a very capable first officer, so I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't know the difference.
Not capable of acting in this either.
No, he's really not.
I was quite disappointed with him as well because I like him in a lot of other stuff. Like
Yeah.
Aquaman, he's all right and he's quite a good actor in that, but this one is just really, really bad. But
Oh, he's really
might
bad.
have been early in his career, possibly.
Oh. But as they happen to be scraping alongside the ship, Alex just happens to look out the window just as the tanker's anchor smashes into the side, rips a massive hole, just happens to be where Alex is, just to add to the drama.
We can stick his head through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because rather than just going back the way they came, they decided to climb out the outside of the boat.
Yeah, because that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, just as a sailboat crashes in, and so they're heading towards basically the dock, like what is it, like a pier in it that leads to the town.
Yeah.
And there's a load of people on a load of little smaller boats in pleasure craft enjoying the Caribbean
The
seas.
blind people.
Blind people. A lot of stupid fucking blind people. To the point where, as they're climbing out the hole, a sailboat crashes into the side of the boat, and all the guy on the sailboat can say is, "Hey, we have right of way!" Against the cruise ship. I very much doubt it. I'm pretty sure you can move quicker and more, like you can turn quicker than a fucking cruise ship could.
Yeah.
Especially this one.
Did you clock onto the bit though just before that?
No, go on.
6 people in a row say, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Oh, so Alex, oh shit. Captain, oh shit. Scottish guy, oh shit. Harvey, oh shit.
Anyway.
Okay, so they drop one anchor at a time. And the second one, of course, because of poor maintenance, gets jammed.
Yes. And
the first one just gets ripped out straight away.
Yeah, it just pulls the whole thing out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think like maybe, I don't know, like the anchor or the chain or something would break before that whole thing gets ripped out, but who am I to question it?
No, the whole thing. They managed to ram it into several more small bolts what got C4 strapped to him.
Yes. I did notice that. One of them he goes into and like, I put here, what was he fucking transporting? Dynamite.
Fucking blows up straight away.
Yeah, I know.
Literally a massive explosion. It's like,
I know.
Oh, that's a bit too much there, dude.
It's like, do you know what this scene needs? An explosion.
And here we go now.
I did read that this scene was like, up until the time, I think it was like one of the most expensive kind of coordinated stunts in history.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
They built the whole town and everything. Blew up 25 boats.
Mate, but they're plowing through the boats to try and slow them down because Scotty's like obviously reading the thing every 5 seconds.
This is where he gets obsessed with the speed.
Oh, no.
Literally, and kind of like annoying, but it's cheesy and funny at the same time. He was like, 9 knots. Dante warns everybody on the boat. It's like, hey, everybody, get out the way, boat. 7 knots. So, shit, it's 7 knots. Right, put it into context for you. 7 knots is equivalent to 8 miles per hour.
Right.
Right.
Is that all it is?
Yes.
Right.
So this boat, which is out of control, speeding, heading
Well, how
towards
is it
him,
called speed,
is going
then?
slower than a fucking narrowboat in a canal.
It should have been called slow too.
It's 8 miles per hour. And he's there shaking his head like that. It's like, how is nobody seeing this huge ship coming towards him? One guy somehow manages to crash his speedboat into a shop half a mile into the land. So literally, he's diverted past it. The skier goes into the side of the boat, and then he does a loop, comes back around, and then travels into the fucking shop.
Into Plywood Dave's shop.
Yeah. It's
Mate,
stupid.
I love the scuba divers though, because you have a guy that drops off a couple of scuba divers. Again, doesn't know it's a giant cruise ship coming towards him, and then he fucks off, and the scuba divers come up and go, "Where the hell's he gone?" And then they just see this fucking boat coming towards him.
Dead.
8 mile an hour cruise ship in your head.
Yep. Woman's getting a house tour. Little kid tells him, "Look, big boat," and just gets fobbed off straight away. They don't even like bother.
He's like, "Well done, little boy. A boat's in the harbour."
As the boat now starts crashing into the actual harbour itself, ripping up the planks, why are people jumping into the water?
I don't know. It seems stupid. Just run away. It's only doing, by this point, what's he doing? About 4 knots?
5 knots.
5 knots. So what's that? About 6 miles an hour?
I think it works out to be 5 miles per hour. Yeah,
Right,
there we go. Yes, I'll put it on my note here. So now the ship is travelling at 5 miles per hour.
And
I can
slowing
walk
down.
faster than that.
And slowing down.
And it's kind of not real stopping at 5 miles per hour. It's just going through everything. How it
goes through it like butter, doesn't it? A hot knife through butter.
Literally, but it hits a dock with that much force at 5 miles per hour. It throws the captain and Alex through the window and then roll down the front of the ship.
Yeah. And he breaks his overarm
at 5 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And then it's still not slowing down, and then it takes up several buildings along the way, and then it crashes into like the bell, doesn't it?
Yeah. What's with that stupid dog?
I don't know. It focuses on the dog quite a bit, doesn't it?
And then you have another guy that comes out. It doesn't like a delivery driver come off a side street just in a world of his own and goes in front of it. And it's like,
dead.
How did you not hear it? How did you not hear all that carnage going on? It's
I'll
like
see it.
Oh, see it. It's like that woman who's been shown around the apartment. It's like it takes it to be like halfway towards her through the buildings and everything before she even notices it. You would hear it.
Yes. And bearing in mind, like I say, it's now travelling at 3 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I could walk faster than this thing. But yeah, it's still got the momentum to go through an apartment block and everything. And the Scottish guy is on the floor going, 3 nuts, shaking to death. He's like, dude, you're overselling this to shit. You're doing 3 miles per hour.
I know.
I could fall off my bike at 3 miles per hour and it would not damage me. But yet this boat goes through a whole apartment block and 2 miles into land.
You see a little granny walking past.
It's stupid.
Oh, no.
I was expecting it to be like something from Austin Powers with a fucking snowplow thing going dead slow.
And it's like, but then it's like you say, it stops on the bell, and then it just stops just before some guy's fancy car.
Yeah, we never knew that was going to happen.
No, and then all of a sudden, as it stops, he's like, "Oh, thank God, me car!" And then the anchor falls off onto his car.
Bear in mind, the dog was in that car as well.
I know. He's the worst actor in the world, though, because he goes, "My car." What I'd be thinking was insurance money.
Yeah, it depends how long you've had it for.
No, they'd be freaking paying for it.
Yeah, true.
Nah, I'd be suing them for damage and everything. I mean, this cruise company's gone bust after this, I swear to God.
Oh, yeah, definitely, mate.
But the insurance company has.
They're like, who's in charge?
The captain. He got off a while back though.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah.
So then it comes to a stop finally, and then all of a sudden, the cruise ship goes, "Oh, you know what? I need a freaking rest." Starts leaning on the buildings next to it.
Yep. Alex and the captain made themselves a little wooden den.
Yeah.
As they pop up from the damaged plywood that was all over the place.
And then the captain goes, "Broke me other arm, man." And Alex goes, "I'm going to go find Annie. Good job." Smacks him on the arm, and he goes, "Ooh."
What? That captain turns around and says to Alex, "We crashed into the middle of the town. It could be worse. Mate, you got 2 broken arms. How can it be much worse?"
No. You ain't got no job.
No.
You've got 2 broken arms. You just destroyed half a town. God knows how many people you've just been killed. I'm not sure it could get any worse, mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how is he the only person to be injured on the boat?
I don't know. That's a good point, yeah.
Nobody's got whiplash or anything, but he's got 2 broken arms.
And all Alex has got is a torn shirt.
Yep. Now, talking about Alex, he's made his way to the harbour now and steals a speedboat to chase down Defoe.
Do you see how he got off the boat?
Technically, it's hijacking that as well.
Well, yeah. It is.
When he jumped onto the side of the building
Yeah.
and slid down.
Just jumped onto the roof, slid down. I'm just like, right, okay then.
Here's a little bit of a fun little nugget for you. The boat that gets hijacked by Alex is the same guy who got his car hijacked by Keanu Reeves on the first one.
Yes. Maurice.
Yeah, I recognised him straight away.
Yeah, I must admit, I've seen this film, like I say, quite a few times before, and I never clocked that it was him until I watched it. And I was like, is that the same guy?
Yeah, only because I seen it like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it was a bit fresh in my mind still.
And
Bad
then
acting.
He gets his boat kidnapped this time. Kidnapped,
He does.
robbed. But the other thing as well is, by this point, right, Annie and Geiger must be fucking miles away by this point.
You would think so.
Yeah.
But I think, again, Geiger likes driving around in circles.
Yeah.
He's only literally 2 minutes away.
I know. And then Annie manages to disconnect his jet ski from this boat thing. And now she's controlling it. And then she gets a flare gun out. And rather than trying to shoot Geiger with it, she just starts firing flares into the air in the hopes that a man will come and rescue her.
Oh, yeah. He's already in the boat on the way.
Yeah.
Straight away. And he actually gets to the plane at the same time as them.
Yeah.
Even though he was on the cruise, avoided the oil tanker, travelling at 3 miles per hour into town.
Yep.
Right, Geiger's on a bloody jet ski doing 20, 30 miles per hour going the opposite direction, but yet they get there at the same time.
That $150,000 speedboat that he's just nicked must be fucking quick.
Yeah, time travels, mate.
It does.
Pauses it, moves it.
It does.
He's there.
It's the only way that makes sense.
And
So
then, to top more,
Bullshit!
Alex is now lying down on the front of the boat with a harpoon. He shoots the frigging plane and then reels himself in.
I know. That is bullshit. That is some. I don't know. Like the spike just goes into the like the float on the seaplane, doesn't it? Right. I was about to say the seaplane. Right. How is that holding him as it's getting enough speed to take off and he's splashing through the water? There's no way that's going to stay in there.
No, props to the stuntman, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that looks like it's going to be hurting.
He looked like he got wet. But the mad thing is, right, is the fact that this whole time Geiger's just had this plane there.
Yeah, the whole time. He's had it all set up to jump on the plane. Again, right, if you would have seen Alex is there, you think, oh shit, I've took my time too much. Alex is here with us now. Let's throw Annie in the water and I can fly off with the jewels.
Well, that's what I put as well, because the only reason Alex is coming after you, he don't give a fuck about the jewels or anything like that. He's just coming for Annie. So get Alex off your back by just leaving her on the jet ski, getting in your plane and fucking off. He's not going to bother coming after you unless he just wants his video footage back.
Yeah, it probably is that.
But the only reason he's coming after you, dude, is because, to get Annie back. He's not bothered about anything else.
Nope.
But then Annie has a little tussle with him, and she ends up somehow getting the bag and dropping it into the water. So he's lost his jewels anyway.
Yep.
Alex comes onto the boat, says hello to Annie. And then,
That was weird, that, wasn't it?
yeah.
He literally gets to the plane, looks through the window, the side door bit, goes, "Are you okay? Yeah, you had a good time."
Yeah.
Greg's like, You know, you doing here?
No, punches Geiger in the face, takes Annie out, and then did he release that float or did it just fall off?
I don't know. I think it was like a quick release. It's got to be. It's got to be.
I don't know, because from
Don't
all
make
I
sense
can tell,
otherwise.
he gets her fat ass out the plane and the thing falls off.
Straight away.
And then next thing is like banana boating it through the pissing water towards the tanker.
Yep.
And then Geiger's flying around and
Why is he looking out the side?
I don't know.
Instead of looking out the front window, he's leaning over the edge to see how high he is or where he's flying. And he's like leaning out. And because he's looking down on the floor, he crashes into like, what is it?
It's like
It's like a flagpole of some sort.
He's going. He realizes that he's going towards his freaking tanker because for some reason he's not seen it yet because he's not bothered to look at. What is it with Sandra Bullock films and people in planes not looking out windows properly? Anyway, go watch the net. And he's going towards it. He pulls up and then he turns around and starts heading down the boat, doesn't he? Towards the front of the boat.
Yep.
And then there's like this kind of mass sticking up, and he just goes ding, or Looney Tunes into this freaking thing and just stops
like Looney
instantly.
Tunes.
It was. And it's just like, how is he not dead
I don't know.
from that?
But
And
then he does this crazy laugh. It's a couple of sparks. Next minute, the whole tanker, which looked pretty cool to be fair, poof, blows up.
The thing is as well, looking through some facts about this, because I mentioned to you off camera, that on IMDb, if you want to have a look, there's so many pissing goofs and everything like that about how unrealistic this
Really?
is, God forbid. But he was saying that on tankers, they usually carry crude oil, which isn't like gasoline where it'll just go up.
No.
It isn't like petrol where it
No,
just
it's not
ignite
flammable,
like
is
that.
it? It leaks.
Yeah.
That's why when you had like the Gulf of Mexico with the BP thing,
Yeah.
it didn't light the whole bloody area on fire.
No.
It just leaks everywhere and
It-
covered
yeah.
all the animals in oil.
That Deepwater Horizon thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's bloody daft. Anyway, the whole thing just blows up, but it's like as soon as the plane hits that mast, it's like abandoned ship. I mean, they cleared that ship pretty quick, to be fair.
Fair, mate, they didn't they?
They did. And then, well, what? And then they go into the water. Then they have a tiny little bit of suspense while he's, for some reason, Annie's now forgot how to swim. And so he has to go down and save her. And then they get back up and Maurice is there. And he's like, get on the boat, get on the boat. Anyway, so they get on the boat. They're traveling
Sorry, hay
back.
fever.
He asks that nasally bitch to fucking marry her. She goes, all right, why not?
Yep.
And then Maurice, this bit I don't get as well. Maurice passes the bag that Geiger dropped. He picks it out of the water and he goes, oh, look what I just found in international waters. It's like, dude, you don't know what's in the bag. Why are you getting all excited? It's not like Alex just took time to explain to you, oh, I'm chasing this guy, he's nicked me bird.
Yep.
And he's got footage of me with a younger bird. And he's robbed a bunch of diamonds in a little white baggie. If it happens to fall off the plane, feel free to grab it anytime. He doesn't know what's in it.
No, he don't. He don't. Just grabs it straight away, doesn't he? He goes,
Yeah.
hey, I'm rich.
I do like it though. Just going back a few scenes when
What, the film?
no, not at all. He does when he does the Green Goblin laugh as well while he's at the
Yep.
top of the plane before he explodes.
The iconic laugh.
He's like,
That is the exact Green Goblin, though.
it is. He does it so
It's
many
crazy
times.
how good he does it.
I'm wondering if it's just Defoe's default laugh. I'll be honest.
I think so.
And then that's pretty much the end, except for like we credits start and then we cut to Annie taking a driving test again
Yep.
with the same guy. God help his soul.
God help him.
And then as she goes to pull out of the test centre, a bus goes speeding past and they
Little
make
nod.
a comment about how fast it's going.
Yeah, a little bit of a nod there for the first one.
And then the film's over.
Did you know it's not the end credits? I think it was a bit of an odd choice of music.
I pretty much turned it off straight away. I didn't really
Right,
listen.
because when the credits kick in,
Yeah.
you know, with like the black screen with the red writing on, I was kind of expecting Mortal Kombat character names being read out. That's what type of music it was.
Mortal Kombat.
It was like the Speed song, the iconic one, but it was more like a ravey trance, bit like the Mortal Kombat.
No, I'll have to
Seemed
go
a
back
bit
and
weird
well,
for
I'd
it.
say I'll have to go back and watch it, but I'm not.
I thought this is like one of your films that you always put on like as guilty pleasure.
It was. Like, don't get me wrong, like I say, over the years, since 1997, I must have watched this film about 30 times. And it's just one of them, like, where we mentioned them before. To me, it's always been one of them films when there's nothing else on. If this is on, just give it a watch. It's entertaining to some extent, but when you watch it to criticize it and to take notes, it kind of makes it
Gives you a
seem
lot of
like-
ammunition.
It does. It makes it seem how it makes you realise how dumb it actually is.
Yeah, the whole premise is.
It is.
Right, okay, click quiz results. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm only going to say this once. We are going on the trip now. It's going to be rough. It's going to feel like it's going on for a long time, so it's going to be hard to stay alert. It's going to be even harder to be quiet, but you have to do both. You have to do every single thing I say, or we will not make it. Understand?
Understand.
Do understand?
By the way, when you do the editing,
yeah,
that's changed the audio levels and that blew
that
me
was
ears off.
freaking loud. Yeah.
Well loud.
I know. Question: is that Sandra Bullock?
It is Sandra Bullock.
Is the film
It's not-
Bird Box?
It's not William Dafoe.
Is it Bird Box?
It is Bird Box. Well done, mate.
Okay. Pound it.
Yeah. I can't remember what that film's about, to be honest.
Birds in a box.
I watched it once and it was shite.
If I remember correctly,
Boring.
it's about some kind of weird alien, something or another, so you don't actually ever see. But if anyone looks at them, it kind of goes crazy and they go a bit suicidal. So they can't look at them, but when birds start tweeting or go silent or do something whenever they're around, so they keep birds in a box. But at that point, I think she's got 2 kids with her. I don't think they're hers. She calls one of them boy and one of them girl.
Yeah.
And then she's kind of preparing them to go down the river
That's it.
in a rowboat.
That's the bit. Ah.
Okay.
Well done, mate. Well done. And
you,
pat
thank
yourself
you,
on the
thank
back if you got that one.
Nice. So please like and subscribe if you made it this far.
Well done.
Father.
Now, we have got the best part of the show. The awards. Now, we're going to be giving some actors awards so that they'll never get in their career.
Not for this film.
For any film, some of them.
Yeah. So the awards we have are Best Actor,
Yes.
Worst Actor, Best Character, Worst Character, Hot Babe Award, and then we each give 3 things we liked about this film.
And our personal rating out of 10.
Yes. So
If you want to play along, let us know down below in comments. Also, if you head over towards YouTube, on our community page, we will be placing films what are up and coming. So if you want to play along with the ones what we're going to be recording next, for an example, next film is going to be
can't remember.
Half Past Dead.
Half Past Dead. Oh, that was it. Steven
Steven
Seagal
Seagal.
and Ja Rule.
Yo. So if you want to play along, give your awards for that film, go to our YouTube, in that post, put your awards below it, and we'll read them out live.
Maybe should have played the trailer for that.
Maybe next time.
But
It's like 2 minutes long, that one, I think.
I don't really want to watch that film.
No.
I've seen some images of it when I googled it, and it just looks like Steven Seagal and Ja Rule in prison.
Yep.
And it looks like Ja Rule, Steven Seagal's little bitch. I'm not going to lie.
Pretty much, mate. Yeah, pretty much.
I could have sworn. I think on one scene he's holding on to the inside of his pocket,
Yep, teabag.
teabagging it. Yeah.
Teabag style.
Teabag.
Do you ever watch Prison Break?
I've seen the first season.
First season, cracking, great one. Went
think I've seen
downhill
up until
very,
when-
very quickly because it was called Prison Break, but they're in like Mexico or something, running around.
Yeah, I seen up until he escaped the prison, and then I was like, right, you've lived up to the name of the season, the name of the series, so I'm
Yep.
done. I'm done. Anyway, this first award is Best Actor, also known as the King Kong Award.
Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down.
King Kong.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
That's right.
Right, who have you gone for?
Who's not got the poo?
Who's not got the poo?
I've gone for the Green Goblin himself.
Me too, Willem Dafoe.
Hey!
Hey, nice. Nice.
I am.
Yeah.
Worst actor.
Also known as the Steven Seagal Award.
I'm gonna take you to
Golden
the
Seagull.
bank,
Get the
Senator.
seagull.
To the blood bank.
I should know this by now. I've been doing it
I know,
60 odd
gee.
weeks.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, like
Shall I go first?
a long time. Yes.
I don't know the guy's name, but it's a guy who gets his car crushed when he goes, "Oh no, my car!"
I thought you were going to go for him. See,
Did you?
originally,
Let me guess, you've gone for Bo Wilfert.
I did have the deaf girl's mum
Oh yeah.
because she was really, really bad. And then there was a couple of other passengers what were really, really bad. Like one of them, for an example, she looks like some young bird who she's probably like a gold digger. Cuddles the guy, goes, "Oh, we're all gonna die" or something. You know, when the tanker's going towards, I thought that's really, really bad. But I ended up, after watching it for the second time, doing the notes. The acting captain, Boba Fett.
I knew you were going to go for him.
Mate, I was disappointed in him. Normally he does all right. And the reason why I went for him over the others is because he's got a bigger role.
Yeah.
And he just didn't bring his A game. He
seemed
wasn't
a bit
good.
He seemed a bit bored with it. Like he literally just did phone it in.
Yeah, right. The guy is like New Zealand or something.
Yeah.
But he sounds like he's putting a fake New Zealand accent on when he's talking as well. He's like, Alex, are you all right? Come on.
That's your New Zealand accent.
Something like that, yeah. I'm tired as well. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. It's nearly 12.
Have you? You not mentioned it.
Not mentioned, no, not at all.
All right, okay.
So, that is the main reason for it. He should have been doing better. He just didn't look like he wanted to be there. He put a really bad fake accent on when he could have used his native language accent anyway.
Yeah.
And for somebody who broke 2 friggin' arms, he handled the pain really well.
I know, right? Like the first one was just like, ouchies.
The only time he actually says ouch when he goes, "Oh, I've got a broken arm," literally goes, "Oh, I've got another broken arm." It's when Alex taps his shoulder. That was the only pain that he's shown. He goes, "Mate, you got a broken second arm," and you acting as if he's just had like some salt and vinegar crisp and has touched a wound. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it hurts that.
Ooh, that stung. No, I'll give you that. Well, I still think the guy who got the car crushed was just shit.
You got to start putting more in depth for your answers.
Well, mate, he was literally in it for like 10 seconds. The guy walks out. He goes, "My car!" Like, come on. You're not really selling that it's your car. I don't believe it's your car.
I don't believe that's your worst award. Because you know what I mean? You're not selling it. You're not telling me your proper reason.
I'm not the actor here. Anyway.
Best character.
I've gone for the ice cream man from the beginning.
Why?
I haven't really. I've gone for Alex.
The nonce himself. Mr. Savile 3000.
Well, until you told me and pointed out that he was a nonce, I had him on my list as Alex.
Right.
Yeah.
So
he's the main character. It's like he's the only one that actually does anything half decent.
A try-hard nonce is your favourite character.
Die-hard nonce.
A try-hard.
Oh, please.
It's a die-hard nonce as well.
Die-hard with noncing.
Yeah. So Alex, Mr. Do-gooder, go-getter.
To be fair, we've just implied that he's a nonce. He
done it himself. Let's be honest with you.
He was giving the warning signs. There were a lot of red flags.
Too many flags.
Too many flags.
And it's like, do you support women beaters? Because, when he was giving Annie shit for speaking to somebody else at the bar.
Well, who have you gone for, big guy?
Dante.
Yeah. Mr. 40 quid for the photo.
Mr. 40 quid for the photo.
Best character.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because he was taking pictures in every single awkward moment. He'll be there with his camera. And it's quite funny. Like, for the example, Sandra Bullock is there with a chainsaw trying to say to people, come on through. He's there with his little camera behind taking pictures. He's in the water when Alex has got to go underneath the water to do the valves. He's taking pictures of him going up and down in the water. He just appears everywhere with his cameras. And then he's doing selfies with the cameras in the background.
And that makes him the best character in your eyes.
Because it's more... Yeah.
Fair enough. Worst character?
Alex?
It's
a nonce.
I've gone for the robot girl.
Yeah, okay.
What was her name in it? Drew. I've gone for the Cyborg 3000.
Debate.
Kid edition. Jailbait edition. Not even jailbaity. She's just noncy.
Yeah,
hot bait.
Hot bait for what?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandy. It's got to be Sandy, hasn't it?
It's got to be Sandy.
Yeah.
My second one, if I had to choose another one, was that bird who said she didn't have any underwear on.
No.
Only because when she said she didn't have any underwear on, I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. You're doing the same as that guy.
Okay. 3 things you liked. Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
So the 3 things I liked were when the ship crashes into the dock.
Yep.
Willem Dafoe's laugh
Yep.
and the first film.
It's got to be about this one.
It is.
Yeah, I'll let you off.
Go on, what have you got?
Dante.
Right. You got. I never realised through all this, but you've had a love affair. You've hardly mentioned him.
Oh, I thought he was quite good. Good
Did
little
you?
character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's more of like a little comedy relief in the background. It's like, say, when serious stuff was happening, he's just potting around in the background with his camera taking pictures.
Photos.
I thought it was quite funny. No, if you don't notice it, then obviously you can skip past it quite easy. But when you like notice things, you start picking it up. Then every time he's there with his fucking camera taking pictures.
I noticed it a few times. I noticed like when when Alex is on the phone to Boba Fett, talking about doing the bilge pumps and whatever it was. No, the what's it?
Yeah, he's
bow thrusters.
Yeah.
Like taking selfies.
I mean, like always for it, it's just there. It's like, dude, where you got your camera for? He's got 3 or 4 different cameras. He's got a waterproof camera at one point underneath the water.
Well, what's your next one?
How stupid it was at the end with the Scottish dude shaking his head. 5 nuts. 6 nuts. Like he's busting a nut or something.
Shaking like Michael J. Fox.
Third one is when the guy says, "Oh yeah, no little girls in there, just big women."
Oh yeah.
Quite that line. It was all right.
Yeah, it was quite funny.
Personal rating out of 10.
5.5.
I did originally go for 5.2.
Yeah.
But after talking about it tonight, breaking it down a little bit more, we've pretty much gone to town on it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with you. It's been a while since we've gone this hard on one of the films.
Been a while since we found a nonce as well.
Well, yeah, it's true. And I've actually dropped it down to 4.8.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, it shouldn't be that low.
It's just like, we've pointed out a lot of stupid things.
If you would ask me before we watched it for this, what rating would you give it? I'd probably said 6.5.
Would you? Going off memory.
Going off memory, yeah.
See, you've done that with
With what?
Gigolo.
Deuce Bigelow?
Yeah.
Last film. Classic, mate. Classic.
Wasn't when we looked at the Wall of Fame.
Where did we put it? Worth a watch?
Barely, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. Hey, look at all them films now. Do you remember when we just had like 3?
Yeah. Done
Anyway.
quite a few now. We've done quite a few.
I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to say it's worth a watch.
Personally, I'd say it's just one to skip. It just felt like a huge money grab because how successful the first one was. It's got nothing to do with the franchise other than Annie. And you mentioned it before, she's not even the most interesting character from the first one.
No, well, that's it. It's kind of like all they're doing all the way through the film is just trying to find interesting things for Annie to do because it's
Side quest Annie.
It's like the Alex show with Annie Tagalong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Annie is literally the only thing that links back to the first one. I mean, because the boat doesn't even go fast.
No,
I mean, it should
3
have been
miles per hour.
called. It should have been called slow.
Yes.
It definitely wasn't speed.
The other thing what was quite good that they done was called it cruise control.
Well, they didn't
It was
even
on
have have control over the cruise.
No.
So both statements are a lie. It's slow,
True.
and they didn't have control over the cruise.
Yeah.
Well, Willem Dafoe did, but
You noticed on the cover for it as well, they've done it as if it's like dead fast, not they did on the first one. Where they have like the people leaning forward type thing with the lions.
no, I've not seen the cover art.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If I was going to say, if you're going to watch a speed film, I'd say go and watch the first one. It's much better.
Yeah, of course.
Miles better than this. Miles better.
A lot better. It's got
Miles
better
better.
writing. It's got better actors. It's got better story.
The title
everything.
makes sense.
Title does make sense. Yeah, because can't go below a certain speed.
Yeah.
This is just like it's just a money grab.
It is a money grab, but I still find it entertaining. And I always have.
It's your guilty pleasure, isn't it?
It's not so much my guilty pleasure. It's like one of them films we said before where it's kind of like, if you've got nothing else better to watch this. It kills. I can't believe it's 2 hours though. I didn't realize it was 2 pissing hours long.
It's freaking well long.
There are a few scenes that could literally just be taken out because they
Half
have
of
nothing
it.
to it. The lifeboat scene is one.
Half of it.
Half of it, probably. I don't know. I'll maybe concede and say one to skip because I don't think it's one you've got to go and watch, but I do definitely think it's worth a watch.
I was about to say, I'll stick it on worth a watch if you want.
I think it is worth a watch. It's not that bad. It's
better than some of the ones that we have got on one to skip. For an example, Rebel Moon, Mission Impossible, not Mission Impossible, Men in Black.
Men in Black, yeah. It's definitely better than Men in Black.
Was it better than Expendable 4?
Yeah. It was.
Probably.
Expendables.
Better than Madam Web, for sure.
Definitely better
Twilight.
than I'd say it's probably on par with some of the ones that are worth a watch. Like Deuce Bigelow, Under Siege 2.
I mean, Daredevil's on worth a watch, so we've got to stick it on.
Yeah. Put it to worth a watch.
Worth a watch, then it is.
If you're happy to do it, I want worth a watch.
Let us know down below in comments as well, guys.
Yeah, let me know if you agree. Anyway, catch us on the next one for whatever the fuck Darren said before the film was going to be, because I can't remember.
Dead.
Half Past Dead. So join us in 2 weeks for Half Past Dead, guys.
And hopefully I'll be a little bit more awake next time.
Yeah, hopefully Darren will, yeah.
As soon as we've finished recording, I'm going straight to bed to sleep.
And I'm going to drive home and go to bed.
One of the perks about doing it here. What time are we on?
Currently 11:30 in the evening. Yeah.
19 and a half hours.
Mm.
Woohoo! Do you know what? I might as well just stay home and do 24 hours.
May as well.
May as well.
Okay.
May as well.
Anyway, thanks for staying this long. Please like and subscribe. Tell your nan. And we'll catch you on the next one. See you in 2 weeks, guys.
Take care of yourself. Much love. Bye
Love
for
you.
now.
Bye.